I'm taking you home.
What for?
So you can cook for me and take care of me.
Oh, you mad impetuous boy. Mother always wanted a big wedding, but if you insist, we'll elope.
I'm awful sorry you got the wrong notion, Miss Jane. You see, I ain't got marriage in mind. Just cooking and such.
Oh, I see. Granny hasn't returned from Petticoat Junction.
And Ellie's trying to take her place, and it's pitiful.
Well, how is your Uncle Jed managing?
I ain't seen much of him since Ellie commenced cooking. He's got his hiding places, and I got mine.
I'm just getting rid of a few of these ants here.
I don't say no, I.
Oh, done a good job, didn't I?
Sure did. And as a reward, I'm going to give you a double helping of what I just cooked.
Oh, Ellie, I don't think I'm up to eating a full meal right now. Why don't you just heat me up a can of that fine tomato soup that's in there in the cupboard?
Oh, but I fixed you a special treat that I made up all by myself. I call it my surprise loaf.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh, Ellie, I just thought of something. Jethro's going to be awful hurt if I eat without him. I'll go find the boy.
Oh, Jethro ain't here. He took the truck and left.
When did you do that?
Well, I think it was right after I told him I was going to cook a surprise loaf.
More than likely.
That's right, operator. She's at the Shady Rest Hotel in Petticoat Junction. But the nearest phone is at Sam Drucker's store in Hooterville. Thank you. Bye. They's going to get a message to Granny to come to town and call.
Hi, Granny.
Howdy, Mr. Drucker. Did you send for me?
Well, yeah, Granny. How'd you get here so fast?
I run. It's only 6 miles.
Why didn't you catch the train?
I did. I caught it and I passed it.
Sarah? This is Sam. Sarah, Granny's here now, so you can get a hold of that Beverly Hills operator and have her call us back, huh? Thanks, Sarah. Well, Granny, how's Betty Jo's baby?
Oh, just fine and dandy. Now.
Now? Was something wrong?
Something wrong. Mr. Drucker, what I done for that baby is a miracle. A medical miracle.
What was wrong? What did you do?
Oh, sorry, I can't tell you. That would be violating the confidence between the patient and the doctor.
Oh.
I wish I could tell you, but me being a physician, my lips are sealed. You understand?
Oh, of course.
But it was one doozy of a miracle. Now, if you was another doctor, I could tell you. Have you ever been a doctor?
No.
Ever been a patient?
Oh, yeah.
Oh! Well, then I won't be violating the confidence betwixt the doctor and the patient. Mr. Drucker, in all my 60 years of doctoring, I have never been so shook up as I was the first time I peeked into that crib and saw Betty Jo's baby. It looked for all the world like an Airedale puppy. Sakes alive. And I thought Jethro was an ugly baby.
You say it looked like an Airedale puppy?
and not even the pick of the litter. But I brought it back to normal with my miracle medicine.
Say, Granny, as I remember, you left your spectacles in Andy Partner's jitney, so it just could be...
Do you think I need these? I got eyes like a hawk. I only use them for professional reasons. Folks don't trust a young-looking doctor.
I'll bet that's your call from Beverly Hills.
I'll get it. Hello?
Granny?
Yeah, this is Granny. Who's talking?
This is Sam Drucker, but...
It ain't neither. Sam Drucker's right here with me. Your other phone's ringing.
Thanks, I'll get it.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Oh, yeah, right here, Sarah. Granny, it's your call from Beverly Hills.
Well, you take this phone and tell that smart aleck that it's against the law to play pranks on doctors and firemen.
I'll do that.
Hello?
Hello, Granny. This here's Jethro.
Speak up, boy. We got a bad connection.
Oh, no, you don't. Now, I got strict orders from Sam not to let you loose in the store. Now, come here. Come on. Last time you went through a whole sack of dog biscuits, remember?
Hello?
Hello, Granny.
Oh, thank you. That's a better connection.
Hi, Sam. Granny.
Well, if it isn't a proud father.
Say, did those things come in that we ordered for the baby?
Yeah, they're in the back. How's Betty Joe?
Oh, she's fine. The baby had a bad night.
Oh?
Yeah, started howling about 3 this morning, kept it up till dawn.
Poor little thing reverted. Must have been a full moon last night.
Granny!
Huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jethro. What do you want?
You gotta come home and cook for us. We need you something desperate.
Not as desperate as they need me here. Cooks are a dime a dozen. But where can the parents of that poor, blighted baby get another miracle-working doctor?
Hey, come on back here.
Wait, little baby, wait! That little goomer might be homely, but it's the fastest crawler I've ever seen.
Jethro, I think I have the solution to your food problem. This is an employment agency where you can hire maids, cooks, and all domestic help.
Well, Miss Jane, I think you done saved my life. How can I thank you?
As the poet says, with hugs and kisses debts are paid, when settling score twixt man and maid.
Hot dog! I'll be sure and hire a pretty one.
Where's Dandy? That's what you call real soul food.
Jed! Uncle Jed!
Out here in the kitchen, Jethro.
Uncle Jed, have I got a surprise?
I don't think I can stand another one today.
When did you see her?
Her?
Miss Jane sent me to an employment agency, so I hired us an imported cook, direct from Italy.
Well, fetch her in, boy.
She don't speak much English, but I done learned Italian.
Just today?
Well, yeah, you got to remember, this is the brain of a 6th grader. Now watch, I'm gonna call her in genuine Italian. A bambina, a bringing yourself to the kitch. Well, that's Italian for kitchen.
You tell.
Pick up them 4 languages just like that. Ain't she something?
Mighty pretty girl. And she can cook, huh?
Victuals is all she thinks about. Watch this. Howdy.
Ciao.
See? She must have mentioned chow at least a dozen times today already. Senor Maria, this here's my Uncle Jed.
Howdy.
Ciao.
See, there she goes again.
Va essere un piacere lavorare per voi come cuciniere ed aspetto che ti piaccio.
What'd you say?
Oh, I ain't too sure, Uncle Jed. I don't understand Italian as good as I talk it.
Well, we's mighty pleased to have you here, Miss...
Grazie. Ci è bellissimo.
That's a mighty pretty name.
Oh, well, that ain't her name. That's probably something she's gonna cook for us.
Oh, Ellie, come on over and meet this young lady.
Senior Maria, this here's my cousin Ellie.
Howdy. Ciao.
She does have vittles on her mind.
Yeah, she's gonna cook us up a storm.
Oh, what's wrong with my cooking?
Shall I tell her?
You better let me. Ellie, your cooking is in a class by itself. Ain't nobody can touch it. That's the truth. But you see, this young lady is new in our country, and she needs all the experience she can get.
Oh, well, fine. I'll learn her how to make my surprise loaf.
I believe I'd hold off on that for a spell. But why don't you take the young lady up to your room and make her comfortable?
Oh, yes, sir, Pop. Come on, Senor Maria.
We'll see you later for chow.
Oh, ciao.
What'd you do that for?
Oh, that means something in Italian. I don't know what, but they all do it.
I see.
I'll tote her suitcases up to the room.
Wonder what I just said.
Hi, honey.
Hi, darling. Got the new nursing bottles. How's the baby?
Sleeping, thank goodness. Hello, boy.
Honey, I wouldn't hold him. I think he's got fleas again.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's still some of that insect repellent that Granny brewed up.
Oh, yeah, what she calls her miracle medicine. Come on, boy, let's give Granny's cure another try.
Need some help?
No, no, no. You sit right here. You had a rough night.
Hello, little mama.
Hello, Granny.
I heard that you had a bad night last night.
Yes, we did. I think it was colic.
Did you say colic or collie?
Colic.
Did your husband get home with the little fella yet?
Yes, weren't you with them on the train?
No, I cut through the woods to look for some roots and some yarbs. I gotta brew up another batch of my miracle medicine.
Oh, there's still some left. Steve just went in to use it on the little flea trap.
Oh, honey, don't call that precious little darling a flea trap.
Oh, I call him all kinds of things, but I love the little mutt.
Well, there's one thing about you young'uns of today. You've got the courage to face the truth. In my day, we'd have kept him upstairs in a room with the shades drawn.
I wouldn't do that. I think he's cute.
There's nothing mightier than the power of mother love. Betty Jo, sit down, honey. I want to talk to you about your family plans. Have you and your husband thought about having any more young'uns?
Oh, yes, we want to have a large family.
In spite of what happened last night?
Oh, sure. You can't expect a baby to be perfect.
Yeah, but they don't have to miss by that much.
The way Steve and I feel, we want to have a dozen more, just like the first one.
Honey, courage is one thing, but foolishness is another.
Well, I guess a dozen was an exaggeration.
Good girl.
But at least 4 or 5.
Now you're heading in the right direction.
Look who's ready for a stroll.
Did my miracle medicine work?
Oh, it sure did, Granny.
I done it again. I mean, you done it again.
Granny, this telegram just came for you.
How'd you get here, Sam?
Pumped out on a hand car.
Come on, Sam, we's pumping back in.
Oh, what's the matter?
My family's starving. Take care of the baby. If it barks, give it a bone. I'll be back come the next full moon.
Do you understand what she was talking about?
Not a word. But you have to admit there hasn't been a dull moment since she came to visit.
Yeah. Someday we ought to visit her planet.
See you later, girls.
You can put the looking hat back on your head, you're fired.
What for?
For leaving your desk during your lunch break.
But, Chief,
Where were you?
having lunch.
That's no excuse.
Fine thing. You gorge yourself while my largest depositor starves.
Jed Clampett?
If that magnificent multimillionaire loses so much as 1 ounce, you'll spend 30 days in the vault counting nickels.
Chief.
With the lights out. I had to handle this emergency all alone.
What emergency?
Granny called here. She said she had to get home from Hooterville right away. Now, you know where Hooterville is?
No?
Neither does anyone else. Oh, I had to move heaven and earth to arrange transportation for that little woman. Traveling by handcar, horseback, motorcycle, and a crop dusting plane out of the Napa-Sonoma Valley.
Get me to Beverly Hills, Lindy.
Handcar, cow pony, motorcycle, plane. Oh, boy.
You have any idea what these travel arrangements are going to cost?
No.
Well, you will, because it's going to come out of your salary.
You fired me.
You're hired again. I can't afford a tab like this.
Chief, you brought this all on yourself by panicking. There is no emergency at the Clampetts.
What are you babbling about? Granny said they were starving.
A false alarm. I sent Jethro to an employment agency. He hired a cook, and she's there now.
You mean to say that Granny's going to come home and find another woman in her kitchen?
Well,
You're fired again! And I'm going right over there and fire her.
if I'm fired, how can I pay for the...
It'll come out of your unemployment check.
I declare them is just about the best victuals I ever tasted.
Me too, Pa.
I'll compliment the cook in her native language. Hey, Bambina, this stuff is what you call a delish. That's Italian for good.
Scusi. Next, dolce. Tortoni.
What'd she say? Oh, something about a friend of hers named Tony.
If you could cook like that girl, you'd have to beat the boys off of the club.
And now, Pa, I'm going to ask her to learn me how to make that vegetable soup.
That stringy stuff with the red gravy was right tasty.
Boy, you two a couple of roots. That there soup is what you call minestrone. And the stringy stuff is what us Italians call spaghetti.
You Italian now?
I told her I was. See, I aims to marry her. Italians is kind of clannish.
Listen, young lady, you pack your things and you get... over to my house.
Misterai, lei non capisco.
Italiana.
Sì?
Oh, Benny, signorina. Benvenuto. Mi piace mangiare italiano. Chicken cacciatore. Ah, Joe è bellissimo.
Grazie. Lei è molto amabile.
Piacere. Ah, spaghettini alla marinara. Ah, molto belli.
Comodi per mangiare.
Grazie.
Can't this train go no faster? I got a family down there starving to death.
We're over Beverly Hills now, land at the nearest airfield.
Ain't no time for that. I see the house down there. Thanks for the lift, Lindy. Geronimo! Hang on, you poor starving wretches. I'm almost there.
What's that gravy on it?
That ain't red grape. That's what you call marijuana sauce. Jed, I marry up with that Italian doll. You want to come live with us?
Where you aim to live?
Right here.
No, Jethro, don't eat that boiled string.
What is all this?
My parachute. Just tote me to the kitchen and prop me up to the stove, and I'll save you. You hunger-starved wretches.
We ain't hungry. We've been living high on the spaghetti.
Well, what'd you send me that telegram for? Saying you were starving?
I didn't send you no telegram.
I sent it, Granny. Signed Uncle Jed's name to it so you'd pay attention.
Why, you miserable walking gizzard. I'm gonna beat that 6th grade brain of yours clean down to the kindergarten.
Signore, signorina, now is coming Tortoni.
Well, fine. Have Tony sit right there in Jethro's place.
Yeah, he won't be coming back for a while.
When he does, he's going to eat standing up.
Back up, take this. Take shoes up. Don't think now.
This has been a very nice presentation.
Viacom.
Bessie sure is crazy about Maria's leftover spaghetti.
Yeah, so I see. Is Maria still at the stove?
Yes, sir. Warming up some more of them delicious Italian victuals.
And is Granny still up in her room?
Yes, sir, sulking and pouting, because there's another woman in her kitchen.
I was afraid of that. Well, I guess I gotta do what I gotta do.
La la ba-dee-da-dum, bam bam ba-dee-dum, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. Oh, signor Uncle Jed, buongiorno.
Same to you, I'm sure. Miss Maria, ma'am. Well, first off, I want to say that we're real pleased with your victuals.
Victuals? Non capisco.
You cook good.
Ah, cook good. Grazie, grazie.
Yes, ma'am. So, what I'm about to say has got nothing to do with that. You see, it's Granny. See, this is her kitchen.
Kitchen? Grande, bellissimo.
I reckon. Well, your cooking for us while Granny was away was a real lifesaver. But now that she's back, her nose is plumb out of joint.
Nose?
Yeah, out of joint. She's sulking because you're in her kitchen.
Kitchen? Grande, bellissimo.
Yes, ma'am. Well, anyway, what I want to say is, I'm awful sorry, but I'm going to have to let you go. Well, I'll see to it you get a check for a month's salary.
Salary. Si, salary. You like, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
But
then.
Miss Maria, ma'am, I'm just going to have to come out and say this blunt. You're fired.
Fire. Si. Hard cook, good salary. Huh?
I'm afraid what we got here is a failure to communicate. I'll have my nephew talk to you. He claims to speak Italian.
Arrivederci.
Jethro.
Will you please come in and bring your book?
Hail, Mr. Drysdale.
Hail, Jethro. Hail? What's going on? What's this get up for?
So I can make a hit with that beautiful Italian cook.
She'll see him as the noblest Roman of them all.
Caesar?
Not yet, but he plans to hold hands with her tonight.
When will I learn to stay in my own office and keep the door closed? Oh, by the way, Jethro, how is Granny taking this? Having another cook in her kitchen.
I don't know. She ain't come out of her room since she got home.
Granny? Granny, you in there? What in the Sam Hill? What do you think you're doing?
Do I hear a voice? Is that the angel Gabriel calling me?
Granny, get up from there.
I'm ready, Gabriel. I've lived out my usefulness here on this earth. My family don't need me no more.
This is a lot of nonsense.
I left home on an errand of mercy. And when I come back, the door was locked again me. My son-in-law, Jed, had brought home a wild young wench to take my place.
Granny,
Yes, Gabriel?
I'm Jed. Now you get up from there and take off that dress.
No, no. You ain't gonna give this to your girlfriend. It's my funeral dress. And it was my mama's funeral dress.
Mama?
She fell in the swamp and never got to use it.
Well, you ain't going to use it either. Now, change into something else and come on down to the kitchen.
No, Jed, no. Don't force me to watch the scandalous goings-on betwixt you and that woman.
You ain't going to watch no goings-on.
Thank you. At least I won't have to carry that disgraceful picture to my grave. I'm ready, Gabriel. Jed, do the decent thing. Send Ellie Mae and Jethro out of the house. Don't debauch the young.
Hey, Jethro, what you got there?
This here's my Italian outfit. I'm gonna wear it tonight when I step out with Senior Maria.
Hey, listen, Jethro. Could you cheer Granny up? Me and Pa ain't had no luck at all.
Heck yeah! I'm so full of the joy of love, I could cheer up a statue.
That's better. That white powder covers the rosy glow of youth. This'll have them bawling their eyes out.
Granny, can I come in? Oh, hi, Granny. Taking a nap, huh? Hey, you fell asleep with a flower in your hand. I put it in water for you.
Don't bother. It's just like me, old and wilted and ready to die.
Yeah, reckon you're right. Hey, you got flour all over your face. You been messing around the kitchen again? No need to do that. You got us a real cook now. Yeah. That's better. You're looking like a corpse.
I am a corpse. The flame of life is burned low. It'll go out any minute now.
Oh, you reckon that'll be before lunch?
What?
I want to tell Maria how many places to set.
You miserable monkey. You got a heart like a vulture. Get
Jethro, I'm still waiting to have that talk.
Right after lunch, Uncle Jim.
That's your fifth lunch. How many are you going to eat?
Well, probably not more than 6. She's getting to the bottom of the pot. Done running clean out of Capisco.
Mi scusi, voglio portare I rimanenti agli animali.
Same to you, I'm sure. Now's our chance to talk. Jethro, there ain't no kitchen in the world big enough to hold 2 cooks. One of them's got to go, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, I don't like to hurt nobody's feelings, and Granny has been with us a lot of years, right?
Right?
She's old now, and she feels she's outlived her usefulness.
Yeah, no. She told me so.
So when it comes to choosing between Granny and Maria, there's only one choice we can make.
Pa! Pa! Granny says she don't want to live no more. Says please end her suffering. Says just cart her off in a wheelbarrow and dump her in a hole.
Well, boy, I guess that tells better than I can how desperate things is. You know what you got to do.
Yes, sir. I'll get right at it.
Get it out of here. What do you think you're doing? Get out of
What do you do?
Carting her out to the hole.
Put that wheelbarrow down.
Okay. You take her the rest of the way. I dug a hole under the big elm tree.
Help me to my feet, Jed. I'm gonna skin that boy alive.
Don't get mad at me, Granny. It was Uncle Jed told me to do it.
Help me to my feet, Ellie. I'm gonna load my shotgun with rock salt and take the hide off both of them.
Let's go, boy. What we got here is another failure to communicate.
And now a memo to all employees. Subject, Christmas bonus. It makes me very happy to announce that this year's Christmas bonus will be the same as last year's.
There was no Christmas bonus last year.
And it'll be the same this year, which makes me very happy.
Excuse me, Mr. Drysdale, but ain't you president of this here bank?
That's right, Jethro.
And ain't I heard you say that's just like being captain of a ship?
Exactly.
Good. Then I'm going to go fetch Maria over and you can marry us.
What did he say?
Sounded like something...
Oh, Miss Jane, would you please be my best man or bridesmaid or whatever it is and give me away?
Jethro,
I'd ask my Uncle Jed, except he's still up in the tree.
Jethro? Your Uncle Jed is up in a tree?
If somebody was chasing you with a shotgun, you'd climb a tree, too.
Somebody's after Mr. Clampett with a shotgun?
Oh, don't worry. Everything will quiet down after Granny's funeral.
Granny's funeral?
Blast Uncle Jed down out of the tree. She's going gunning for Maria.
Why?
Because Maria done took over the kitchen. The whole house is in uproar. If I don't get her out, there's going to be rock salt bouncing off every wall. Oh, wish me a happy wedding.
All clear. I sure do appreciate your stopping under that tree, Miss Jane.
Glad you can help.
Excuse me if I take cover. Granny might have me in her sights, and that rock salt smart's considerable. Where's the fastest temper in the West?
She's upstairs in her room.
Good. Now fetch Maria, because Miss Jane thinks she can make peace betwixt them.
Oh, yes, sir, Pa. Maria's in the kitchen with Jethro.
This here's the suit my Uncle Jed got married in. Now it's going to be my bridal outfit. Got his truck parked out back. We're going to hop on that rascal, stop at the bank, get married, and then hightail it for Niagara Falls.
Non capisco.
You can cook that later.
Jethro.
Excuse me. Miss Jane wants to talk to Maria.
I'll tell her in Italian. Hey, Bambino, you talk to Miss Jane a chop.
Non capisco.
We'll eat later. By and a by.
It sure would be nice for Granny if she'd let Miss Maria help her.
Oh, and nice for Maria, too. Unless she's employed, she'll have to go back to Italy.
Sure enough.
Yes, they told me at the agency that her family's in rather dire need. These postcards and letters are from her parents in Venice.
Oh, I'll see if she gets them. I hope it ain't bad news.
Oh, here she comes.
Good luck.
Ah, buongiorno, Maria. Mi chiamo Jane Hathaway.
Parla italiano.
Oh, solo un po'. Ne parleremo a Granny, le non del temperamento terribile, huh?
Sure hope Miss Maria gets to stay.
Well, one thing's certain. We can't let her go home to Venice. Not right now.
Why, how come?
Look at that. They're having one of the worst floods I ever seen.
Gee whiz, Pa. Water's plumb up to the window.
Can't even see the front porches. That rain must have been a real gully water.
Hope she don't have to go home.
Poor girl could drown just crossing the street.
Granny has agreed to see you. Granny, accetta di vederla.
Then,
Now, you must be pleasant and agreeable. Sia gentile e accondescente. Capito?
see?
That is the key word. Si. In English se dice yes.
Yes.
Yes, bene, bene. Yes to everything, huh? Granny, I should like to present Signorina Maria.
Sit down. Not you. I want to see her alone.
Granny, in all fairness,
I'll be fair. Now, you just wait outside.
Si ricorde, Back on the ship.
Ah, never mind that foreign talk. Skedaddle. So, you're the little hussy that would like to take over my kitchen and get rid of me.
Yes,
Brazen little package, ain't you?
yes.
And I'll bet that you've got eyes for my rich son-in-law, Jed.
Yes,
You admit it?
yes.
Well, this is going to be a real interesting talk.
Where's Maria?
Well, upstairs with Miss Jane.
What are you doing in my Sunday go-to-meeting duds?
Fixing to get married to Maria? I figure the wedding will take place about 2:30. Y'all are invited. Except you gotta get into some decent clothes.
And you ain't about to marry Maria. Now get upstairs and get out of my good suit.
You mean you ain't gonna let me wear your bridal outfit?
Oh, all right. Now go do as I tell you.
But gee whiz, Uncle Jim.
Hop to it, and the next time you want to borrow something from me, you ask me first.
But gosh, Cap.
Way overdue having a long talk with that boy.
Well, why you keep putting it off, Paul?
I reckon it's because the short ones are so distressing.
Miss Jane? Miss Jane, have you seen Maria?
She's in there with Granny.
You reckon she's asking for my hand in marriage?
I rather doubt it.
Miss Jane, would you do me a big favor?
Certainly.
Would you go into my room and pick out my best looking tie for me?
Oh, well.
Please?
Oh, well. Very well.
So, now it comes out. Jed Clampett has asked you to marry up with him.
Yes?
Didn't want me wearing your marrying clothes. He was fixing to wear them to your own wedding. What? Don't play innocent with me. I know what you've been up to, but it ain't gonna be that easy. You's gonna have to fight me for Maria.
Maria?
We's gonna settle this Roman style. I'm taking you to the Coliseum and gladiate you.
Oh, what in the world are you?
Lucky for you, they got a Coliseum right here in Los Angeles. Otherwise, I'd have to tie you on behind my chariot and drag you plumb to Rome.
You figure out what he's talking about?
No, sir, Paul.
Well, that's comforting. At least there's two of us. Jethro, where do you think you're going?
I'm going to get us some gladiating outfits. And quick as the lions is done eating the hippies, you and me is going at it. Hi, Alec. How do I look?
Well, you look like a big dumb nut.
Oh, yeah? Well, you won't think so when you come to the Coliseum. And I go to gladiating Uncle Jed up one wall and down the other.
Huh, that's what you think. Paul's gonna whoop you good.
You reckon he could?
Heck yeah.
Listen, Ellie, come around the back and let me practice netting and gigging you, huh?
Outside.
Granny? What are you fixing to do?
I told this little gold-digging vamp that I'd give her a 50-foot running start down the driveway. Then I'm gonna come in salting her flank.
You ain't gonna do no such a thing.
Jed, come to your senses before this Jezebel makes even a bigger fool out of you.
Maria ain't no Jezebel. She's a fine, sweet, hard-working...
Now it's too late to protect her. She's done confessed.
For what?
You name it. She's confessed to it.
Granny, the girl don't know that much English.
She don't, huh? Watch this. Maria, are you after this old rooster for his money?
Yes?
You want to hear some real juicy stuff?
She don't even know what you said. She's from Italy, a place called Venice.
Well, let her go back to Venice.
Granny, she can't go back. The whole town is flooded.
Did she give you that story?
She don't even know it yet. These just come from her folks back in Italy. Never see a town so hard hit by rain.
Must have been a real trash mover.
Miss Jane says her folks is hard up, like they can't even afford a boat.
Oh,
Granny, Maria'd be a big help to you out in the kitchen.
I don't need no help.
True. But standing over that hot stove all day has aged you beyond your years.
Think so?
Oh, allora Maria, como è andata?
Bene, penso.
Good news, Miss Jane. Granny has agreed to let Maria help her in the kitchen for a spell.
Well, it's for her own sake. If she's gonna make a living cooking, she's got to learn American dishes. Like grits and fatback and possum and collard greens. Well, your everyday average American meal.
You tasted her Italian cooking, Granny?
Only cold. Last night
I thought you was looking mighty well fed for a corpse.
Well, I admit it. Last night I snuck down, snooped, snacked, and snuck back.
First I throws a net over you and drags you down. And then I puts my foot on you and looks up to the royal box to see if he gets this or this. Ready?
Ready.
Oh!
How about it, Bessie?
Hey, now wait a minute, Ellie. Hey, let's try it again. This time you take the net and I'll take the sword.
Okay.
That smells good. What you cooking, Maria?
Non capisco.
You ask her, Miss Jane.
Che cosa cucina, Maria?
Oh, possum pizzaiola, fatback cacciatore, collard greens, parmesan.
I'll go fetch the young'un. Oh, Ellie Mae, Vittles is almost ready. Where's Jethro?
Oh, he's yonder.
Uncle Jed, could we please call off our gladiating?
Fine with me, boy. Come on in and have some fatback cacciatore.
This has been a very nice presentation.
All right, Duke. I'll throw it once more. Now there, go on, boy. Go on, fetch it, fetch, fetch. F-E-C-H, fetch. You still ain't caught on, have you? All right, then watch me. Hey, watch me. See?
What you doing, boy?
Learn this old hound dog to fetch sticks.
Seems to me you've been at that about 10 years now.
Yeah, I reckon he's just too dumb.
You're just too smart.
What you mean?
What did Duke want with sticks? He ain't no beaver.
Yeah, but other dogs fetch sticks.
Well, that's their problem. Duke's got you to do it for him.
Shh, don't talk like that in front of the D.O.G.
This D.O.G. is a bloodhound. He was bred for tracking and trailing, not fetching and carrying.
Well, he's got to start at the bottom of the intelligence ladder just like me. I didn't become a 6th grade graduate overnight. Took me 12 years of hard work. Now watch.
What's Jethro doing?
Fetching a stick.
He's spending too much time around Duke. Yesterday, I caught him burying a bone.
When he goes to chasing cars, I'll speak to him.
Well, at least he don't shed.
Just come in the house now, boy, and get cleaned up.
Huh?
We're having company victuals, Splinter Lips.
Fixing something special for Lester and Earl, are you?
I'm starting out with cow cud casserole.
Starting out with? Granny, you're going to have a hard time topping that.
You ain't heard nothing. After the casserole. I'm bringing on a steaming platter of tadpole turnovers. Then comes crackling bread, poke greens, minced maypops, goat tripe, chitlins, and baked possum stuffed with chinkapin dressing.
Granny, that is what you call real soul food.
Well, I'm doing it for the sake of Lester, so that pretty wife of his can learn country cooking.
Granny, you know, I always said there is no beating a beautiful woman that can cook.
Thank you, Jed.
Hey, Duke, look, coming up the driveway. It's them bank robbers, Bonnie and Clyde. Hi, Duke. These bloodthirsty killers.
I still say we should have changed clothes before we came up here.
But there wasn't time, Earl.
We have to be back for more publicity pictures in an hour.
Well, we scared Jethro into the house.
Ah, he recognized us.
Sure, even Duke knows us.
Yeah, and Jethro's as smart as Duke. Pretty near.
That's Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs.
And Gladys, Lester's wife.
How come they's dressed like that?
I probably stopped in Hollywood and bought themselves some new style clothes.
That dress that Gladys is wearing is probably the latest thing from Paris.
Gee, I hope these 1930s styles never come back. Not one man whistled at me all morning.
Who's gonna whistle at a woman with a sawed-off shotgun?
Especially when her husband has a machine gun.
Hi, Jess. I guess we ought to explain these clothes we're wearing.
Oh, we figured it out. Glad to see you so prosperous.
I'll bet that dress you're wearing must have cost Lester a fortune.
Oh, I didn't buy it, Granny. It's a borrowed dress.
And it's almost 40 years old.
I knowed Lester was careful with his money, but that's ridiculous.
Must have spent it all on that new car.
Howdy, everybody.
Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
I seen you from my room when you drove up. I thought you was gangsters with them there guns.
Boy, are you dumb.
We're supposed to look like gangsters, Ellie, but those guns, they're just props.
Yeah, we've been taking publicity pictures for a new album.
See, I'm not so dumb.
All right, that's enough. Come on, let's all go inside and have some company victual.
And company music.
Granny, don't go hinting right off.
Who's hinting?
Come on in, everybody, come on.
Come on to the kitchen, honey. One cooking lesson for me. And you won't have to wear that 40-year-old borrowed dress.
I think I'll change it right now, Granny. I'll meet you in the kitchen, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna change, too. These butchers ain't got enough of give to them.
Well, I'll yell when it's ready. Come on, Jed. You can help me cull the chitlins.
Good idea, Granny. Nothing will turn on you quicker than a rancid chitlin.
Mr. Flatt?
Yeah.
Hey, if you's gonna change your clothes, can I borrow your suit?
Sure.
Can I borrow your car?
Sure.
Can I borrow your...
No, she stays right here.
I mean, can I borrow your wife's dress for Ellie Mae?
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
What we gonna do, Jethro?
We's gonna fool somebody into thinking we's gangsters, just like they fooled us. Hop in.
Well, who we gonna fool?
Mr. Drysdale down at the bank.
Was that the burglar alarm?
Yes, somebody must be attempting a robbery.
Well, they'll never get a penny from this bank. We'll fight them at the teller's windows. We'll fight them at the cashier's cage. We'll fight them in the escrow department, in the loan office, in the vault. We shall so bear ourselves that if the Commerce Bank lasts for 1,000 years...
Drysdale, they're too bad.
Get back to your post, you craven coward. Stand shoulder to shoulder with your brave comrades.
But Mr. Drysdale is lying on the floor.
What's the guard doing?
He was doing about 30 when he left.
Then fight alone. You capture those bandits, and the entire reward is yours, $5 in cash.
Mr. Drysdale, they've got guns.
All right, I'll make it $7.50.
Mr. Drysdale, they're coming up the hall. They're headed right for this office.
They shall not pass.
Stop them, Miss Hathaway.
Chief, what if they demand the combination of the vote?
Swallow your cyanide pellet.
Hi, Miss Jane. Where's Mr. Drysdale?
Jethro, Ellie Mae!
We's Bonnie and Clyde.
It's Bonnie and Clyde.
Jethro, this is a dangerous prank. You could get shot.
Oh, no. These guns ain't real. Come on.
I'm coming, Bonnie.
You're Bonnie. I'm Claude. I'm Clyde. Oh, just stay here. You're going to mess up everything.
Oh, wait, Jethro. The chief could be armed. When cornered, even he might put up a fight. Chief? Oh, excuse me. Is Mr. Drysdale here?
Nobody but us cleaning women. Turn your shoes, mister.
Where's Drysdale?
I don't know. I'm just an old scrub woman.
You look an awful lot like Drysdale.
Exactly like him.
Oh, now you've discovered my secret. I'm his mother.
Oh, his mother, and he lets you scrub floors.
Yes, he's such a wonderful boy. So generous. That's why his vault is empty.
You mean there's no money in the vault?
None. He just uses it to grow mushrooms. Poison mushrooms. Don't go in there.
Hey, what's going on here? What you doing messing around with that old woman? We're supposed to be here scaring Mr. Drysdale.
You dumb bunny.
I thought you said I was Bonnie.
I knew it was you all the time, Jethro. That's why I went along with the gag. I wasn't scared at all.
You kill me.
It's a good idea. Let me have your gun, Jethro.
Oh, you don't shoot, Mr. Drysdale. It's just a prop.
Oh, let me have yours, Johnny.
Well, it's just a prop, too.
Hey, you know, Mr. Drysdale, you make a pretty good Clyde yourself.
You sure do.
Say, Jethro, let me have that jacket. Oh, I'll teach that chicken bookkeeper to desert his post. I'll scare right out of his sleeve garters.
He's in there, boys, but be careful. He's armed.
All right, you little fink. Now you're gonna get yours.
$7.50, and it's all mine.
Is that Lester and Earl?
Yes, that's Foggy Mountain Breakdown, the song they did for Bonnie and Clyde.
Well, this time they're going to do it for Granny and Jen. You commence lumping the leftovers. One more time, boys. One more time. That was wonderful.
Our pleasure, Granny.
Say, Jed, you done a good job blowing Granny's jug.
Well, the blowing ain't hard. What gets you is fighting the feedback from the fumes.
Where's Gladys?
She's out in the kitchen. I'm learning her to make leftover loaf.
Well, doggy, you ain't made none of that since Jethro come.
Yeah, I finally caught him away from the trough.
Howdy, everybody.
Hi, Ellie.
Sure to thank y'all for the clothes in the car. Jethro and me had a dandy time.
Where is Jethro?
Oh, drove around the back. He'll come in through the kitchen.
Oh, no, my leftovers! Oh!
She'll never make it on them short legs.
Doggone, there goes Gladys's cooking lesson.
If she gets in Jethro's way, there goes Gladys.
Gone.
Everything's gone. Gladys. What happened to Gladys?
I'm here, Granny.
Are you all right, darling?
I think so, Granny. I was at the refrigerator, and suddenly I heard this frightening noise, so I dived under the table.
Frightening noise?
Yes, a roaring, grinding sound, like a giant garbage disposer.
That's what it was. But you're safe now, honey. It won't feed for another 2 hours.
Hey, there you are. Hey, listen, will you please bake a cake with a saw in it?
A saw?
He'll eat anything.
Oh, it's not for me. It's for Mr. Drysdale. He's in jail.
Well, aren't you going to come in and say hello to Mr. Flatt and Mr. Scruggs?
No, I am not. So just give them back their stupid wardrobe and props.
Well, instead of pouting, you should be grateful. I got you out of jail and it didn't cost you a single cent.
It didn't? How'd you manage that?
I told the police we were filming a commercial for the bank.
And they believed you?
Yes, Bonnie and Clyde commercials are all the rage now. I ad-libbed a complete scenario for them.
Yeah?
Yes. I had all the great bandits of the 30s converge on Los Angeles and clean out every bank. But when they came to yours, they were foiled by Super Banker.
Say, I have a fabulous idea.
What is it?
We'll make a commercial where all the great bandits of the 30s converge on Los Angeles and clean out every bank. But when they get to mine, they are foiled by Super Banker.
Has a familiar ring to it.
And I will play Super Banker.
Oh, Chief, not those green tights again.
You're just jealous of my legs. Now, you get over to the studio and borrow wardrobe and props. I was going to make a deal with the actors. I'll get them for free.
What actors?
Well, Granny can play Ma Barker, Jed can play Dillinger, Ellie and Jethro, Bonnie and Clyde, Flat and Scruggs will do the music, and Mrs. Flat will play Pretty Girl Floyd.
That's Pretty Boy Floyd.
Who's going to believe she's a boy?
Who are you? Jed! What part are you playing?
Well, I'm supposed to be a fellow named John Dillinger.
Who's he?
Well, must have been one of them there financiers. Mr. Drysdale says he opened up a whole bunch of banks.
I'm the only one that ain't getting no new fancy clothes to wear.
Who are you supposed to be?
Somebody by the name of Ma Barker.
Well, doggy. What part are you playing, Gladys?
Well, I was supposed to be Pretty Girl Floyd, but I held out for the lady in red.
Who was she?
Oh, she was a very seductive siren who lured John Dillinger to his doom.
Now, why couldn't I play a part like that? You want to trade?
Well, Granny, I don't think this dress would fit you too well.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's too long for me.
Mr. Drysdale, I think we got your theme song down pretty good.
You have a theme song?
Yes, ma'am. It's called The Ballad of Milburn Drysdale.
I wrote the lyrics myself. Let's hear it, fellas.
Come and listen to my story about the Commerce Bank. Greatest in the land, and there's one man to thank. Generous and kind, modest without fail. That fellow's name is Milburn Drysdale. Milburn was a hero when just a little tyke. To save his town from flooding, stuck his finger in the dike. They offered him a big reward, money by the bale. Gave it all to charity, said Milburn Drysdale.
That's all. That's enough.
Now, wait a minute. You haven't heard the part where they begin to really praise me.
Let's keep it that way.
All right, fellas. Just forget the next 20 verses and go right to the finish. You gotta hear this.
Oh.
And then a gang of killers come a-roaring into town, a-shooting and a-looting every bank a mile around. But when they reach the Commerce Bank, them killers turn tail, 'cause there like a bear stood Milburn Drysdale. Super banker, that is. Real nice fella. Y'all keep them deposits coming, yeah?
Magnificent, sensational. This song will become a classic. Well, I'll go round up the cast. We'll go down to the bank and start filming.
Mr. Flatt and Mr. Scruggs, may I ask you one question?
Sure.
Far away.
How was he able to talk two internationally famous entertainers like yourself into performing this piece of drivel?
Well, for my part, he promised to use my new banjo book on every single commercial.
And what's your excuse?
He promised to get my wife a genuine full-length chinchilla.
That's a very expensive fur coat.
Okay, we can start filming now. Ellie and me's back from our secret mission.
What secret mission?
Mr. Drysdale sent us. Earl Scruggs and the 5-string banjo. Oh, you learned to play the banjo, Mr. Scruggs?
Answer the boy, Earl.
Yeah, Jethro, I'm learning.
Ah, good. Good.
Well, gentlemen.
Did Claude come in through here? Jethro. Him and me's playing Bonnie and Claude.
That's Clyde.
I like Claude.
What's that, Ellie?
That's what Jethro and me got on our secret mission. It's a present for Gladys from Mr. Drysdale.
Well, gentlemen, I'm sure we all know what this is.
Yeah.
A genuine, full-length chinchilla.
Lester, how are you at skinning chinchillas?
Not as good as that banker is at skinning guitar pickers.
Come on, Ma Barker.
Just call me Pretty Girl Floyd.
You're pretty girl, Floyd?
Well, Gladys ain't playing it, and I want to wear the latest style clothes, too.
With that outfit, you're back in the 20s.
It does make me look young, don't it?
All right, Lester, you get in the car with the rest of the outlaws.
We as outlaws?
Well, yes, you see, the whole idea of this film is to show that crime does not pay. It will be one big commercial for virtue and clean living.
And the Commerce Bank.
They're one and the same thing. Driver and Clyde, when next you see me, I'll be super banker.
All right, Mr. Platt, Mr. Scruggs, you may start the music now. All right, action!
Have no fear! Super Banker is here. You have just seen 5 heavily armed, desperate mad dog killers enter this bank to commit robbery. But your money is always safe in the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills because it is protected by me. By me.
Oh, look, Lester, it's Paul Newman.
No, it's Rock Hudson.
Oh, no, no. It is your heroic president, Milburn Drysdale, alias Superbacker. Stand back while I throw the scoundrels out.
I'll teach you to keep me out of $7.50 reward. I hope you clean me up good. Come back anytime.
Dogged if I see how this is going to help your bank, Mr. Drysdale. But I reckon you know what you're doing.
I've been saying goodbye to... And got him back. Take your shoes off. I'll go back now, dear.
This has been a Filmways presentation.
Viacom. Miss Jane looked up from her desk, her face pale. Chief, where have you been? Shopping. Any messages? Oh, just one, but it is a beauty, Miss Jane said grimly. The Clampetts are leaving for Washington. Mr. Drysdale froze, the color draining from his face. What? They are determined to give their $95 million to the president. We have got to stop them, Mr. Drysdale shrieked, grabbing the telephone. Get rich little back. You are kidding, Miss Jane said, appalled. Here is a signed check, Mr. Drysdale said, frantically scribbling his name. He can make it out for any amount he likes. I will get up to the Clampetts and delay them until he calls. Mr. Drysdale sprinted out of the bank, hailed a cab, and urged the driver to break every speed limit in Beverly Hills. He burst through the front doors of the Clampett mansion, gasping for breath. I made it. They are still here. He found the entire family standing in the grand foyer, surrounded by a mountain of luggage, crates, and several bizarrely shaped wooden boxes emitting soft animal noises. Granny, Ellie Mae, Jethro, Mr. Drysdale panted. There is everybody. Oh, hello, Bessie. Is that for me? How are you? He babbled, his mind racing for an excuse to keep them there. Jed handed the banker a folded piece of paper. Dear Mr. Drysdale, please feed the critters until we get back. Before Mr. Drysdale could protest, the family was out the door and loading into a massive airport shuttle van they had somehow summoned. Hours later, the Clampetts were soaring high above the clouds in a luxurious commercial airliner. A smartly dressed stewardess walked down the aisle, offering beverages and checking on the passengers. Enjoying your flight? She asked politely, stopping by the Clampetts' row. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Jed smiled warmly. We are going to Washington to see the president. The stewardess smiled, a bit bemused. We are going to give him $95 million, Jed added casually. The stewardess blinked, her polite smile freezing slightly. Oh boy, you know the president. Talked to him this morning, Jed confirmed. I am fetching him a baby possum, and I am taking him a jar of pickled pawpaws and some hand-slung chitlins. Jethro leaned over the seat, his massive frame taking up the entire aisle. We was going in my electric car, but I could not find no 3,000-mile extension cord. The stewardess forced a polite nod. That is very interesting. Ellie Mae peered out the small window, her eyes wide with wonder at the endless expanse of clouds below them. Young lady, how high would you say we are flying? A lot higher than the plane, Granny muttered, her face slightly green. She had not enjoyed the turbulence, nor did she trust this magical metal bird. As the plane began its descent, Jethro pressed his face against the glass. I got the wind. Everybody, we are flying over a right pretty town. That there is Washington. Anybody see the White House? Appears to be lots of white houses down there. The seatbelt light illuminated with a soft chime. Would you fasten your seatbelts, please? The stewardess requested. We will be landing in a few minutes. You going to feed us again before we land? Jethro asked, rubbing his massive stomach. The stewardess looked genuinely concerned. I am afraid there is not time. You have had 4 meals and 3 snacks. Why, it makes me hungry, Jethro complained. But we are landing now, the stewardess insisted gently, moving quickly down the aisle before Jethro could request another tray of turkey dinners. Landing makes me hungry, too, Jethro sighed heavily, buckling his seatbelt with considerable effort. We go straight to the White House, Pa? Ellie Mae asked excitedly. I think so, Ellie, Jed nodded. The quicker we give our money to the president, the quicker he can commence fighting smog. Sure, I will breeze him down for supper, Jethro declared. I am starving. Jed, if that boy takes his meals at the White House, the president's wife will never get out of the kitchen, Granny warned sternly. I can help with the cooking, Ellie Mae offered brightly. No, Ellie, I will do that, Granny decided, taking charge as always. You make the beds and do the dusting. And Jethro, you can mow the White House lawn and rake the leaves. Let Ellie do that, Jethro argued, feeling insulted. The president needs me for my brain. Oh, pooh. I will likely be in the East Room or someplace sitting on his cabinet. You keep your feet off the president's furniture, Granny scolded sharply, swatting his arm. The plane touched down with a gentle bump, and the Clampetts gathered their immense pile of belongings. Exiting the terminal, they found themselves staring up at the grand, imposing architecture of the nation's capital. Unbeknownst to the wholesome family, their arrival had not gone unnoticed. Lurking in the shadows near the taxi stand was a man known to the authorities by many names, but to the Clampetts he was Honest John Schaefer. He was a master con artist, a smooth-talking swindler with a wardrobe of expensive suits and a silver tongue capable of convincing a fish to buy a bicycle. With him was his equally cunning wife, Flo. Shifty, what if they do not show up? Flo whispered, adjusting her silk scarf nervously. They will be here any minute, Shifty replied confidently, lighting an expensive cigar. I checked their flight. How are you going to get past the guard? I will handle it, Shifty smiled, his eyes gleaming with malicious intent. It is important for the Clampetts to see me coming out of the White House. Okay. Good luck, honey. Shifty confidently marched toward the towering iron gates of the White House, adjusting his collar to look as official as possible. He bypassed the line of tourists and headed straight for the stern-faced Secret Service agent, guarding the pedestrian entrance. Hold it, the agent commanded, raising a hand. Shifty maintained a brisk, purposeful stride. What is it? What? The president is waiting. I need to see your identification, the agent stated firmly, unimpressed by the bluster. Shifty adopted a look of profound offense. You do not recognize me? Nope. Good, Shifty countered smoothly, pivoting his strategy without missing a beat. I told you, Edgar, this was a perfect disguise. See you later. Hold it, the agent repeated, stepping into Shifty's path. Now what is it? I cannot let you in without a pass. Shifty sighed heavily, playing the role of an exasperated high-level official. Look, you are delaying high-level meetings. Now what do you want? I want to see your pass. My pass? Of course, my pass. But how do you know? I must have left it on the president's desk. I will go get it. He made to push past the guard. Hold it. The agent placed a firm hand on Shifty's chest. I cannot let you in without a pass. Is that your final word? It is. Shifty suddenly beamed, patting the agent hard on the shoulder. Excellent. You have passed the test with flying colors. Congratulations. Now let me see. Now, you are guard number 16. Escape gets top rating. The president will be pleased. The guard blinked, momentarily confused by the barrage of authoritative nonsense. Now, do not be surprised if there is a little something extra in your stocking at Christmas. Shifty winked, turning and walking swiftly away before the guard could recover his wits. Hold it. Now look, you have proven your efficiency. My good man, do not press your luck. I may drop you to a lower grade. Just candy canes and bubble gum in your stocking. Beat it. Shifty ducked behind a large oak tree. Jethro leaned over to Jed. Hey, tell him about my electric car. Jed took the phone, his hands trembling slightly with reverence. Hello? 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 Jed Clampett speaking. Hello, Mr. Clampett. Rich Little boomed, his voice a perfect, resonant imitation of the commander-in-chief. This is the president speaking. Jed stood a little taller, removing his battered hat. Is that sure enough you, Mr. President? Oh yes, make no mistake about that. I am the president. That is him, all right, Jed whispered to Jethro, wide-eyed. Now, Mr. Drysdale has told me of your generous and patriotic offer to donate your entire fortune to the fight against air pollution. The fake president intoned with solemn dignity. Yes, sir, it is only $95 million, but you are sure welcome to it. Jed replied humbly. And we will bring it right to you right there in the White House. The whole family. This here is Granny, Mr. President. She will bring you some pickled pawpaws and some hand-slung chickens. Mr. President, this here is Ellie Mae. Would you like a nice little baby possum to play with? My nephew Jethro is not here to say howdy, but he is going to drive us all the way to Washington in his brand new invention, the electric car. No, 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 do not come to Washington. The fake president interrupted hastily, following Mr. Drysdale's desperate instructions. We have got enough people like you here already. You public-spirited citizens, I mean. Jed looked disappointed. Well, how do we get the money to you? Well, I am glad you asked me that. I want to make this point very clear. What is the point you want to make very clear? Jed asked politely. Leave your money in the bank. The Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, the voice declared firmly, where it will draw maximum interest, and compounded semi-annually, in the care of your wise and friendly banker Milburn Drysdale. Jed nodded slowly, a profound respect for the office overriding his desire to travel. Well, naturally, we will do whatever you say, Mr. President, but the family is going to be awful disappointed. We was hoping to get away to Washington. Oh, no, no, do not try to get away, the voice warned. You will stay right there and do what the nice man in the white coat tells you. Goodbye. Goodbye, Jed said softly, hanging up the receiver. What did he say, Jed? Granny asked, bustling up to the car. He said he does not want us to come to Washington right now. Granny crossed her arms, looking cross. Well, what are we supposed to do, Pa? He says he is going to send a man in a white coat to tell us, Jed explained, entirely missing the implication of the asylum reference. Jethro sighed, patting the hood of his strange vehicle. Jethro, I just talked to the president, and we will not be driving to Washington in your electric car. Just as well, Uncle Jed, Jethro admitted, looking somewhat relieved. I never found an extension cord long enough to get us there. Inside the bank, Mr. Drysdale was vigorously shaking the hand of the young impressionist. Mr. Little, that was a magnificent performance. Thank you. Well, your impersonation of the president was absolutely incredible. Thank you, Rich Little smiled modestly. I hope to see you again sometime. Take good care of yourself. As the young man turned to leave, he paused. Mr. Drysdale, are you not forgetting something? Oh, what is that? Mr. Drysdale asked innocently. My fee. Mr. Drysdale's smile vanished. Oh, yes, yes. How much is it? Well, ordinarily, I receive $7,500 for a performance. However, in this case, I will cut it in half. How is $3,750? Mr. Drysdale choked on his own saliva, his eyes bulging. $3,750 it is. 20, 40. Now, you owe me $2.50. No, that is $3,750. For 5 minutes' work, the president does not get that much, and he is the real thing. Mr. Drysdale grumbled, slowly counting out the cash from his personal wallet, tears welling in his eyes. Just then, Miss Jane walked into the office, carrying a stack of files. Excuse me, Chief, these foreclosures are ready. She stopped, her eyes widening as she recognized the young man. Are you not Rich Little, the impressionist? Yes, I am, he smiled warmly. Oh, Mr. Little, I just love your impression of John Wayne, Miss Jane gushed, her professional demeanor melting away completely. Rich Little immediately shifted his posture. his voice dropping an octave into a perfect, rugged drawl. Well, thank you very much, ma'am. Now, let me say that if we had girls like you out on the trail, I never would have given my horse a second look. Miss Jane giggled like a schoolgirl. Oh, that is marvelous. Thank you. Hey, and your Ed Sullivan is an absolute classic. Rich Little hunched his shoulders, crossing his arms and stiffening his neck. Oh, Ed Sullivan? Wonderful. Would you do me a favor there, young sir? Would you come on our show next Sunday night and bring your stuffed giraffe? Yes, I would. Love to have you. What else are you going to have on the show? Miss Jane asked, entirely captivated. A World War I epic with the original cast, in living color with a surprise ending. Oh, is he not fabulous? Miss Jane sighed, turning to her thoroughly miserable boss. He certainly is, Mr. Drysdale muttered darkly. It has been a real pleasure. Wait a minute, Rich Little said, holding up a hand. You are forgetting something again. Oh, yes, you will see, Mr. Drysdale snarled. What are you charging her for Wayne and Sullivan? Rich Little laughed. Oh, nothing. I will accept the same arrangement. Watch this. He demonstrated a perfect, bouncing walk, tipped an imaginary hat, and strolled out the door, leaving Miss Jane swooning and Mr. Drysdale clutching his lighter wallet. Chapter 4. The Journey and the Scoundrel. Back at the Clampett mansion, Jed was standing by the front gate, carefully placing a handwritten note inside a glass milk bottle. Do not leave no milk for a spell. We are going to Washington, Granny. Granny, standing on the porch with a large suitcase, looked confused. Yeah? Well, you are going to Washington. We are. That is what the message says, Jed nodded sagely. Have a good trip. Jethro bounded out of the house, carrying 3 massive trunks stacked effortlessly on his back. Hey, Uncle Jed, we are going to Washington. We just got the message. What did you say, boy? Jed asked. We are going to Washington. The fellow in the white coat just brought the message from the president. Jed looked around, puzzled. Well, where is he? Jethro pointed down the long, winding driveway. Yonder he goes. Is that not the milkman? Jethro, leaning in conspiratorially, whispered loudly, Being a milkman is what you call a cover. Cover? Jed asked. He is really a secret agent for the government, is he not? Yeah. I learned all that stuff when I was a double-knot spy. Jethro puffed out his chest, entirely convinced of his own brilliant deduction. Well, I reckon we best get packing, Jed decided. Should I convert my electric car back to steam? Jethro asked eagerly. No, I think we better fly. When the president sends for you, you do not want to keep him waiting. Meanwhile, Mr. Drysdale returned to his office, feeling a rare moment of triumph. Well, if he comes in, will you please ask him to call his office immediately? It is an emergency. Thank you. How do you like it, Miss Hathaway? Uncle Jed. Honest John is not going to be needing his money no more now that I whipped the smog problem, so I will use it to mass-produce my steam car. Jed raised a hand, his face thoughtful. Hold on, boy. According to Mr. Drysdale, only the president himself can handle a smog problem. The President of the United States? Jethro asked, his jaw dropping. That is right. He is the only one that can bring together the brains and the money. Jethro puffed out his chest. Well, here stands the whole kit and caboodle. I will hop on my steam car, drive to Washington, pull up in front of the White House and give him the brains and the money, all in one package. Jed shook his head gently. Hold on. Boy, what you got there is just a drop in the bucket, and it is not likely enough money either. Granny, who had been listening from the parlor, marched into the room. Talking about the money, Granny, Mr. Drysdale says the president's lot will need millions, even billions. I was thinking of giving him all my money, Jed declared with quiet conviction. Okay, I will stop by the bank and get the rest of it. Well, Pa, if Jethro goes to Washington, I want to go too, Ellie Mae insisted, peering at Jed's side. And they are not going without me, Granny added firmly, wiping her hands on her apron. I was just coming to that, Jed smiled. I think it would be a fine trip for the whole family. I'd best go leave a note for the milkman. Tell him we are going to Washington. Chapter 3. The President on the Line. Back at the Commerce Bank, Mr. Drysdale was dictating a letter to Miss Jane, his voice dripping with venom. And since you have failed to make your final payment promptly, we are forced to repossess your automobile. Sincerely, your friendly banker, Milburn Drysdale. Miss Jane stopped typing, looking up at him in disbelief. Chief, you are telling your own brother you are repossessing his car? Well, that is a little cold, is it not? Mr. Drysdale waved a dismissive hand. Postscript. Regards to Betty and the babies. Before Miss Jane could argue further, the heavy office door swung open, and Jed Clampett walked in, carrying the familiar large sack. Yes, who is it? It is me, Mr. Drysdale. I fetched you back your sack of chicken feed. Mr. Drysdale leaped from his chair, his eyes welling with tears of profound joy. Oh, bless you, bless you. Jed smiled warmly. Quite happy to get it, is he not? No chicken could be happier, Mr. Drysdale sobbed, clutching the sack of money to his chest as if it were a newborn infant. I studied on what you said about letting the president fight the smog, Jed continued, taking a seat in a plush leather chair. Wonderful, Mr. Drysdale beamed. The cashier tells me that, counting this, I got right at 95 million in your bank now, Jed stated matter-of-factly. Mr. Drysdale nodded vigorously. Wonderful. So we are going to take it to Washington and give it to the president. The smile froze on Mr. Drysdale's face, slowly melting into a mask of pure, unadulterated terror. He dropped the sack, his hands trembling. Mr. Clampett, you cannot give all your money to the president. Why not? Jed asked, his brow furrowing in confusion. Oh, because it. Miss Hathaway, tell them why not. Mr. Drysdale pleaded, turning to his secretary in a panic. Why not? Not that way, explain it. Miss Jane adjusted her glasses, her tone professional and measured. Mr. Clampett, it is your money. You may do with it as you wish. Who asked you to butt in? Mr. Drysdale shrieked at her. You did, she replied calmly. Well, but out, he snapped, turning back to Jed with a frantic smile. Now, Mr. Clampett, this will take time. Government red tape, Internal Revenue, Secret Service, White House clearance. Now, I will work it out and call you. Jed stood up, retrieving his hat. Well, I would appreciate it if you would hurry, because we would like to get started. Right away, Mr. Drysdale promised, practically pushing Jed toward the door. Oh, and you do not have to give us the 95 million in cash. I reckon the president will take a check, Jed added kindly. Well, I will discuss it with him. I will let you know, Mr. Drysdale choked out. As the door closed behind Jed, the banker collapsed into his chair, burying his face in his hands. Miss Hathaway, you have got to help me. If they take their money out of my bank, I am ruined. I have got nothing to live for. Miss Jane sighed sympathetically. Oh, now, Chief. Mr. Drysdale suddenly sat bolt upright, a wild glint in his eye. A suicide note that will stop them. Here, take this. Mr. Clampett, because you are withdrawing your money, my death is on your hands. Chief, no, Miss Jane gasped. Now, tie that up, pin it to your dress, and throw yourself out the window, Mr. Drysdale ordered, completely detached from reality. Miss Jane stared at him, utterly appalled. Me? They love you. This will teach them a great lesson. Thanks, but no thanks, she said flatly. I promise, this is the last favor I will ever ask, Mr. Drysdale begged, dropping to his knees. Forget it. What? If you are too chicken to throw yourself out the window, I will do it, he declared dramatically, marching toward the large glass window overlooking the street. Miss Jane watched him calmly. All right, come over here. I cannot throw you out from there. Before Mr. Drysdale could throw his tantrum further, a loud, obnoxious honking noise echoed from the street below. He looked out the window, his eyes widening. What is all the honking for, boy? Down in the bank's parking lot, Jethro was sitting proudly behind the wheel of a newly modified, chaotic-looking vehicle. Thick wires protruded from every corner, connected to a massive, humming generator. I have done come up with an invention that beats steam, Jethro shouted up at the window. Jed, who had just stepped out of the bank, walked over to admire the contraption. Yeah, I see the boiler is gone. Yes, sir, Jethro grinned. Notice how quiet she is? No noise, no smoke. No smoke, Jed asked, impressed. She runs on electricity, Jethro proclaimed. Well, doggy, I am real proud of you, boy, Jed said warmly. Just then, Mr. Drysdale came sprinting out of the bank, holding a phone with a tremendously long extension cord. He was panting heavily, his face a picture of desperate, manufactured excitement. Pa, the president is calling you, all the way from Washington. Jed stopped, staring at the phone in awe. The President of the United States is calling me? Yes, sir, Pa. Mr. Drysdale nodded vigorously. In reality, Mr. Drysdale had hastily hired an impressionist he knew, a young man named Rich Little who was currently sitting in a back office of the bank. Rich Little was holding the other end of the line, listening to Mr. Drysdale's frantic instructions. They are bringing the old fellow to the phone, Mr. Little, Mr. Drysdale whispered into the receiver before handing it to Jed. Rich Little, a master of voices, cleared his throat and spoke into his end. Is he not in a straitjacket? Oh, no, he is not dangerous, Mr. Drysdale whispered back frantically. He just suffers from the delusion that he is worth $95 million. No wonder he is in the funny farm, Rich Little chuckled softly. Mr. Drysdale turned to Jed, his face beaming. The whole family, you know. It is wonderful of you to look after them. They are very sweet people. Nothing but sweet. Hurry. Dan, do not keep them waiting. Shh. No. I must see that she is punished, Mr. Clampett, and I think the proper punishment would be to make her carry out that heavy bag of money. Go get it. Jed held up a large, calloused hand. Now hold on. She is not toting out that money. Well, if you want to forgive her so easily, but keep an eye on her, Mr. Drysdale stammered, backtracking wildly. Any woman who will dress up like that needs watching. Before the argument could escalate further, Jethro bounded into the hallway, his face smeared with grease, looking entirely pleased with himself. He immediately leaped atop the massive sack of money, crossing his legs and folding his arms. Hello, Jethro, Miss Jane said, adjusting her ill-fitting collar. Howdy, Mr. Drysdale, Jethro boomed. Hey, get up, Mr. Drysdale whined, tugging at the corner of the sack. I need this money. Uncle Jed does not want you to have it, so I am going to sit here until I think of a way to get rid of the smog, Jethro announced stubbornly. Mr. Drysdale rolled his eyes. Jethro, that is a problem for a genius to solve. Thank you, Jethro smiled broadly, missing the sarcasm entirely. I am working on it. I thought I would not eat until I figured out a way to whip the smog. Well, go get a stick and hit it, Mr. Drysdale muttered under his breath. You are being no help, Well, neither are you, Jethro retorted. Get up. Not until I think of an idea. Mr. Drysdale was growing frantic. Jethro, get off the money. Here is an armed guard. He will shoot you. Jethro peered closely at Miss Jane. Hey, mister. You look like your secretary, Miss Jane. I am Miss Jane, she replied wearily. What are you doing wearing that outfit? Jethro asked, genuinely perplexed. It was dark when she dressed this morning, Mr. Drysdale interjected hastily. Now get off the money. See, Mr. Clampett is not going to let you take this money. Okay, then you take it, Mr. Drysdale ordered Miss Jane. Come on, get it out. Forget it, Miss Jane said, turning on her heel. We might just as well go back to the office. Hey, Miss Jane, before you go, just sit down and help me think of an idea on how to get rid of the smog, Jethro pleaded. Miss Jane paused, her intellectual curiosity momentarily overcoming her frustration. Jethro, dear boy, the finest minds in the country are working on that problem. Yeah, but I am not getting nowhere, Jethro complained. Do not sit there wasting time with that idiot, Mr. Drysdale snapped at his secretary. Jed's protective instincts flared. Now hold on. Just because she is dressed funny does not make her an idiot. Get out from there, both of you, Mr. Drysdale shouted, his patience entirely evaporated. Mr. Drysdale, it is hard to think of brilliant ideas with folks yelling at you, Jethro complained, rubbing his temples. Where does Granny keep her shotgun? I sure hope I can whip that smog problem before I starve to death. Miss Jane, taking pity on the large, simple boy, offered a piece of genuine advice. Jethro, I am afraid that problem will not be solved until someone invents a replacement for the internal combustion engine. Jethro's eyes lit up like a pair of lanterns. I will do it. I am on it. Hey, what is an internal combustion engine? Well, that is the engine that powers the average automobile, Miss Jane explained patiently. The hope is to convert to steam or electricity. Hey, Mr. Drysdale, what should I put my giant brain to work on first? A steam car or an electric car? Jethro asked eagerly. Why not a gas turbine? Mr. Drysdale suggested unhelpfully. Oh, I am not going to mess with hats. Just cars, Jethro said, thoroughly confusing the banker. Jed stepped forward, placing a firm hand on the sack of money. Mr. Drysdale, I have told you this money is staying here. Mr. Drysdale grabbed the other end of the sack. Mr. Drysdale, get off of my money. It is my money. No, it is not, Jed countered calmly. It is mine, Mr. Drysdale insisted, his face turning a deep shade of purple. Well, it is my sack, Jed pointed out logically. All right, I will dump the money out and you can have the sack. Good. Just dump it in that truck out front, Mr. Drysdale demanded. It is staying here, Jed repeated, his tone leaving no room for argument. But it is not safe here, the banker whined. Why, until you showed up it was, Jed noted wryly. What? No, it is going back into my vault, Mr. Drysdale shrieked, turning to his secretary. Miss Jane, do not stand there, Hathaway. Use your gun. That is an excellent idea, Miss Jane said, drawing her weapon but pointing it squarely at her boss. Stand back, Mr. Drysdale. I should hate to hit you. You traitor, Mr. Drysdale gasped, clutching his chest. Mr. Drysdale, get a hold of yourself, Jed said soothingly. I have promised this money to a fellow that is going to get rid of all the smog. Not Jethro, Mr. Drysdale asked in horror. No, this fellow is going to drill a tunnel through the San Bernardino Mountains, put in a great big fan and draw all the smog out of Los Angeles, Jed explained, entirely believing the absurd con man's pitch. But that is a preposterous idea, Mr. Drysdale sputtered, Yeah, we like it too, Jed smiled comfortably. Mr. Drysdale took a deep breath, trying to appeal to reason. Mr. Clampett, the problem of smog is too big to be handled locally. It has to be solved on a national level. Is that a fact? Jed asked, genuinely interested. Only the president can get together the brain power and the vast amount of money necessary. Why, this $700,000 is not even a drop in the bucket. Well, how much does the president need? Jed inquired.
Oh, million, billion.
I will just take this chicken feed back to the bank. I will study on it, Mr. Drysdale, Jed said thoughtfully. Defeated, Mr. Drysdale turned his wrath back upon his secretary. No, give up, Chief. No, hold it, Hathaway. I am not through with you. What now? Miss Jane asked wearily. You are guilty of conduct unbecoming an employee of the Commerce Bank, Mr. Drysdale declared formally. For cowardice in the face of action, for failure to obey a direct order, for treachery and insubordination, you are hereby dishonorably discharged as a guard and reduced to the rank of secretary. Hallelujah, Miss Jane breathed, a genuine smile breaking across her face. Do not expect a Christmas bonus this year, Mr. Drysdale sneered. I have never had a Christmas bonus, she pointed out flatly. Well, do not expect one this year either. Now get the truck. As they stepped outside the grand mansion, Mr. Drysdale stopped dead in his tracks, staring in horror at the bank's sturdy armored transport truck. Thick, billowing clouds of white vapor were hissing furiously from beneath its hood. Boy, what have you done to that truck? Mr. Drysdale screamed, grabbing his head. Looks like the boob has set it on fire. Jethro popped his head out from beneath the chassis, holding a massive wrench. Jethro, what did you do? Mr. Drysdale demanded. I converted this rascal to steam, Jethro announced proudly. You are looking at the answer to air pollution by automobile, the Jethro Bodine steam car. I have perfected a clean engine. Mr. Drysdale simply turned around and walked back inside the mansion, thoroughly defeated. I told you that for his clean engine jokes. Jethro ran back inside, eager to share his triumph up with an innocent, radiant smile. Elmer needs a job to do. Jed chuckled softly. Elmer? Oh, he scurries around inside the cabinet dusting. How is it going, Elmer? The raccoon let out a soft chitter, seemingly eager to please. Jed nodded in approval. Well, a handy little critter. Is he not? Sure is. That raccoon fur is better than feathers for picking up lint, Jed. Granny chimed in, pausing her sweeping to admire the animal. Seems right proud to be happy, too. Elmer is a dandy little duster, Jed agreed. Well, let us take our dusters outside and shake them. As they prepared to head out, the heavy wooden doors swung open, and in strode Jethro, Jed's nephew. Jethro was a young man of massive physical stature but possessing a mind that often wandered into realms of absolute naive absurdity. He was carrying a large, heavy sack slung over his muscular shoulder. Uncle Jed, Jethro began, his brow furrowed in deep thought. Old Honest John has never come back to pick up his $700,000. He is that. Wait, can I have it as an advance against my allowance? 50 cents a week. Jed shook his head, a patient smile playing on his lips. That will take a while to pay back, Jethro. I am young, Jethro countered, puffing out his chest. You are not that young, Granny snapped, wagging a dusty rag in his direction. Jed placed a comforting hand on Jethro's shoulder. Besides, Honest John needs that money to help fight smog. You know, I would like to throw my brain into the fight against smog. It is a dandy cause. Jethro's eyes widened with sudden inspiration. They say what it will take to whip it is brains and money. Well, if it fixes us, we got it made. Have we not? I reckon we got a leg up on it. Elmer and me will get busy upstairs. As Jethro hurried off with his raccoon companion, Ellie Mae bounded back into the room. "Fine, Ellie," Jed said. "Oh, Jed, that reminds me," Granny interjected, dusting off a priceless antique vase with vigorous enthusiasm. "Mr. Drysdale called and said he was coming by to pick up this money." Jed frowned slightly. Mr. Drysdale was the family's frantic, money-obsessed banker, a man who seemed to live on the verge of a nervous breakdown whenever the Clampetts handled their vast fortune outside of his precious vault. "How come?" Jed asked. "Well, he said folks had an order to keep $700,000 in cash around the house." Granny explained. "He has got the hives from worrying about it." "I am sorry about the hives," Jed said sincerely, for he was a man of deep compassion. "But I promised his money to Honest John to fight smog." Jethro, overhearing the conversation from the staircase, bounded back down, his heavy boots thudding against the marble. "I am thinking about jumping into the fight against smog, too, Granny." "Well, Mr. Drysdale said that this money belongs back in the vault at his bank, and he is coming by to pick it up," Granny repeated, crossing her arms defensively. Jed stood firm, his moral compass unwavering. "I do not think I can let him have it. Promise is a promise." "I am going to fight smog, Granny," Jethro declared again, striking a heroic pose. Granny sighed. "Well, I told Mr. Drysdale that you might not let him have it, but he says he is coming by to pick it up. So that is between you and him." "Granny, I am going to fight smog," Jethro repeated, his voice booming with determination. "How?" Granny asked, her tone laced with skepticism. "Well, I do not know, but Uncle Jed says it takes brains and money. Between us, we are all set." "You got money, have you?" Granny asked, raising an eyebrow. "No, I am supplying the brains," Jethro beamed, tapping his forehead. "Sitting up here between these sideburns is a real brute." Granny let out a sharp laugh. "The only brute you have sits here at the end of your gutter. I think we ought to encourage your boy, Granny. He does not know smog from applesauce." "I do so," Jethro argued, his feelings slightly hurt. "I listen to the reports all the time. Why, today, we are having light eye irritation. But that does not worry me, because I got dark eyes." Jed could only shake his head, marveling at his nephew's unique perspective on the world. "That is a great partner you got there, Jed," Granny muttered, returning to her dusting. Chapter 2. The Disguised Guard and the Hysterical Banker. Meanwhile, at the opulent offices of the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, Mr. Milburn Drysdale was pacing furiously behind his massive mahogany desk. His face was flushed, his tailored suit rumpled from his constant, anxious movements. Beside him stood his ever-loyal, highly efficient secretary, Miss Jane Hathaway. "All right, guard," Mr. Drysdale commanded, pointing a trembling finger toward the door. "Go in there and get that money, and do not take no for an answer." Miss Jane let out a long, exasperated sigh. She was dressed not in her usual immaculate business attire, but in a poorly fitting, generic security guard uniform that Mr. Drysdale had forced upon her. "You forced me to wear this uniform to save paying a guard, but it will not work. Mr. Clampett will recognize me." "I thought of that," Mr. Drysdale said dismissively, waving a hand in the air. "So just wear this disguise." He thrust a fake mustache and a pair of dark sunglasses toward her. Miss Jane reluctantly donned the ridiculous accessories. "Here we go." "Looks great," Mr. Drysdale lied, his eyes gleaming with greedy desperation. "Now get the money." "But suppose Mr. Clampett will not let me take it?" Miss Jane asked, her voice trembling slightly behind the false facial hair. "Well, you have got a gun," Mr. Drysdale suggested wildly. "Use it." Miss Jane gasped, stepping back in horror. "Oh, heavens! I do not need to shoot him." Just fire a couple of shots over his head to show him you mean business. Mr. Drysdale insisted, his panic completely overriding his common sense. I will not, Miss Jane declared, pulling herself up to her full height. If you want that money, go and get it yourself. Mr. Drysdale groaned, running a hand through his thinning hair. A fine guard you are. Why, you are a disgrace to that uniform. Determined to secure the funds, Mr. Drysdale personally escorted his disguised secretary to the Clampett estate. As they entered the grand hallway, the sheer scale of the mansion always managed to briefly silence the banker. However, his focus quickly returned to the massive sack of currency sitting unguarded on a nearby table. Mr. Drysdale, I thought I heard somebody, Jed called out, walking into the hallway with his usual unhurried stride. Oh, Mr. Clampett, Mr. Drysdale squeaked, trying to mask his nervousness with a broad, artificial smile. This guard is here to pick up that $700,000. Jed looked at the sack, then back at the banker. I do not think I can let him have it. Mr. Drysdale grabbed Jed's arm, leaning in close. Look, whatever you do, do not cross him. He is a mad dog killer. Jed blinked, slowly turning his gaze to the trembling guard with the crooked mustache. Is that a fact? Are you a mad dog killer, Miss Jane? Miss Jane sighed, pulling off the sunglasses and the mustache, her shoulders slumping in defeat. Of course not. Miss Hathaway, what are you doing in that uniform? Jed crossed his arms, a look of profound disappointment settling over his features. Oh my, if this is your idea of a practical joke, I, for one, do not appreciate it. Nor can I imagine Mr. Clampett is amused either. Mr. Drysdale, realizing his ruse had failed spectacularly, immediately threw his loyal secretary under the proverbial carriage. He handed the forged document to Jed with a grand flourish. Howdy! A polite voice interrupted their momentous transaction. They all turned to see a young, crisply dressed security guard standing nearby, watching them with mild curiosity. Howdy! Jed greeted him warmly, standing up to shake his hand. We are the Clampetts. This here is Granny, Ellie Mae, Jethro, and I am Jed. Howdy, the guard replied, returning the firm handshake. Can I help you folks? Oh, no thanks. We are all able-bodied, Jed assured him. The president is going to shape for us. The guard frowned, confused by the strange vocabulary. I beg your pardon. Jed leaned in close, dropping his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. Can you keep a secret? I think so. I purchased the White House from Sitting Hawk, the whole fool of them. How is he going to give the president his more key gift? Granny asked Jethro loudly. And he will be right tally-hussy to get it, Jethro agreed happily. Well, we best ask them for a supper table, Granny decided, turning toward the imposing white gates. Hey, can we see the president now? The guards stared at the strange, eclectic family, entirely unsure how to handle the situation. Just a second. I will, see if he is busy. He unclipped a heavy black radio from his belt and brought it to his mouth. Captain Frank at the East Gate. I got 4 ding-a-lings here. A sharp burst of static responded, followed by a low, authoritative voice. Okay, but hurry. What did he say? Jed asked politely. He is sending a car for you, the guard lied smoothly, hoping to appease them until the authorities arrived. Oh shucks, we will walk, Jed offered kindly. It is not but a couple 100 feet. No, 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 the guard panicked, raising his hands. You just stay right here. The president would not have it any other way. Well, that is real Cayuga, Jed nodded, entirely satisfied. Oh, he is very Cayuga, the guard agreed quickly, despite having no idea what the word meant. Do you notice anything familiar looking about Jed? Shifty whispered to Flo, trying to keep up the charade while planning his escape. Should I? She grunted softly. He is Tippecanoe and so show me too, Shifty chanted nonsense loudly, winking at her. Now that you mention it, he certainly is, she agreed, playing along. It is being Sequoia and having a Ponderosa that does it. But he is not no pot to what to me, Shifty added firmly. The car is here, the guard announced with palpable relief as a long, sleek black limousine pulled up to the curb. Look at that big, fancy limousine, Jethro gasped, his eyes wide. Yes, we was not aiming to put on airs, Jed explained to the guard, feeling slightly embarrassed by the extravagant display. But looks like the president will not have it any other way. He is going to get chaffered in style. Yes, Chattanooga. Choo-choo. Flo chanted from her heavy blankets, watching the family load into the dark car. He talks it real good, does he not? Jed smiled back at the disguised woman before the heavy car door clicked shut. Come on, everybody. As the dark limousine sped away, carrying the innocent family toward their inevitable, confusing encounter with the local authorities, Shifty and Flo remained on the lush green grass, holding another $1 million check in their greedy hands. The story of the wealthy, pure-hearted mountaineers colliding with the sharp, cynical edges of the modern world continued, a testament to the enduring power of simple honesty in a complex, often deceptive universe. Their journey was far from over, filled with more laughter, more misunderstandings, and more heartfelt moments that proved, time and time again, that the greatest wealth a family could possess was not measured in dollars or cents, but in the unbreakable bonds of love, loyalty, and unwavering, innocent trust. Chapter 1: The Morning Dusting. The bright morning sun cast a golden glow over the sprawling estate of the Clampett family in the heart of Beverly Hills. Inside the grand mansion, the air was filled with a sense of bustling domesticity. Ellie Mae Clampett, a young woman with a heart as pure as the mountain springs she grew up near, was busy helping her grandmother with the daily house cleaning. She was not alone in her task. Perched upon her shoulder, scurrying with an energetic purpose, was Elmer, a lively and remarkably helpful raccoon. Jed Clampett, the patriarch of the family, tall and composed, walked into the vast living room. He carried a gentle smile beneath his thick mustache, his eyes crinkling at the corners as he observed the industrious scene. You are helping your granny with the house cleaning, are you not? Jed asked, his voice a slow, comforting drawl that carried the warmth of their mountain home. Oh yes, sir, Ellie Mae replied brightly, turning to face her father. Elmer is helping, too. He scurries right around inside the cabinets, doing the dusting. Jed chuckled, stepping closer to observe the furry little creature. How is it going, Elmer? He asked the raccoon, who chirped happily in response. Well, he is a handy little critter, is he not? He sure is, Ellie Mae agreed, petting Elmer softly. That raccoon fur is better than feathers for picking up lint. Bah. He seems right proud to be helping, too. Elmer is a dandy little duster. Jed nodded approvingly. Well, let us take our dusters outside and shake them. Then you can take yours upstairs and hand them to the dresser drawers in the closet. As they moved toward the heavy oak doors, the conversation turned to matters of finance and charity. The Clampetts were people of immense wealth, possessing over $95 million. Yet their hearts remained rooted in simple values and a deep desire to help others. Uncle Jed, young Jethro Bodine called out as he bounded down the sweeping staircase, his large frame full of boundless energy. Old Honest John has never come back to pick up his $700,000. Seeing as he is that way, can I have it as an advance against my allowance? 50 cents a week? Jed paused, doing a quick mental calculation. That will take a while to pay back, Jethro. I am young, Jethro countered, a wide grin spreading across his face. You are not that young, Jed replied with mild amusement. Besides, Honest John needs that money to help fight smog. Jethro considered this for a moment, his brow furrowing as he tried to grasp the concept of air pollution. I would like to throw my giant brain into the fight against smog. It is a dandy cause. They say what it will take to whip it is brains and money. Well, betwixt us we have got it made, have we not? I reckon we have a leg up on it. Elmer and me will get busy upstairs. Fine, Ellie, Jed said as Jethro and Ellie Mae departed to continue their chores. Just then, Granny, the fiery and spirited matriarch of the household, marched into the room. She wiped her hands on her apron, her eyes sharp and observant. Jed, that reminds me, she began, her tone brisk. Mr. Drysdale called and said he was coming by to pick up this money. Jed turned, looking mildly surprised. How come? Well, he said folks had an order to keep $700,000 in cash around the house. Granny explained, her voice rising in indignation. He says he has got the hives from worrying about it. I am sorry about his hives, Jed replied calmly, but I promised his money to Honest John to fight smog. Jethro, who had paused on the landing, leaned over the banister. I am thinking about jumping into the fight against smog too, Granny. Granny looked up, entirely unimpressed by her grandson. Well, I told Mr. Drysdale that you might not let him have it, Jed, but he says he is coming by to pick it up anyway. So that is betwixt you and him. It is on her land. On the contrary, why, they have cannons to keep her out. Jed shook his head in slow, profound sadness. Well, if that does not beat all. Cannons to keep out a poor old 150-year-old Indian. Woman, you cannot hardly blame her for feeling spiteful. Is that why she wears all that war paint? Jethro asked loudly. Would you not if somebody pointed cannons at you? Shifty countered swiftly. Now, you have sympathy and understanding for her cause. She is going to like you. I feel it. Can we go talk to her now? Jed asked, eager to right this terrible historical wrong. I will ask her, Shifty nodded solemnly. She has agreed to a powwow. The group walked slowly out of the luxurious hotel and across the wide, manicured lawns of the capital city, approaching the lonely figure draped in heavy blankets. Chattanooga, choo-choo. Shifty chanted nonsense words with absolute, terrifying conviction, bowing low before his disguised partner. Paleface Cayuga, Flo grunted deeply, playing along with the absurd charade. What did she say? Jed whispered anxiously. I told her you were very friendly, Shifty translated smoothly. Good. Paleface Sequoia, Flo grunted again, staring hard at Jed. She says you are tall. She likes that, Shifty interpreted brightly. Paleface Ponderosa, Flo added, gesturing vaguely toward Jed's face. She likes your mustache. Paleface Tippecanoe, Flo chanted louder. Shoshone too. She says you are a combination of Lincoln and Roosevelt, Shifty nodded approvingly. That is right, Cayuga of her, Jed smiled, attempting to use the new vocabulary. Paleface Potawatomi. Flo narrowed her eyes, glaring suspiciously. No, Potawatomi, Shifty corrected hastily, pretending to be alarmed. What was that? Jed asked, confused by the sudden tension. She wanted to know if you are a politician, Shifty warned in a harsh whisper. Tell her I am a farmer, Jed urged sincerely. Paleface Manitoba, Shifty barked at Flo. Ah, Tallahassee, Flo sighed, nodding slowly and closing her eyes. She is very pleased, Shifty smiled with immense relief. Tell her I am a doctor, Jed offered gently. Paleface Squaw Zuni, Shifty chanted, raising his hands toward the sky. Ah, Zuni, Flo smiled broadly. She is very impressed, Shifty reported back to the anxious family. I did not get no Tallahassee out of her, Jed observed, his sharp ears catching the discrepancy. Tallahassee, Shifty repeated firmly. Tallahassee. That is better, Flo grunted, wrapping the heavy blanket tighter around her shoulders. Saskatchewan, Shifty announced grandly. She has invited us to sit down. The Clampett family lowered themselves onto the cool, green grass, forming a respectful circle around the ancient, noble princess. Well, maybe we better get down to business, Jed suggested quietly. Ask her if she will sell me the White House property. I will do that, Shifty nodded, turning back to his partner. Tell her if she does, I will do my best to shape her, Jed offered with total sincerity, entirely unaware of the twisted meaning of the word. What? Shifty gasped, his eyes wide in sudden panic. Take her into the White House, Jed clarified, his kind heart shining through the confusion. Oh, yes, yes. Shifty breathed a massive sigh of relief, wiping a bead of sweat from his brow. But, Jed, we have not been tooken ourselves yet, Granny pointed out practically. Do not worry, dear friends, Shifty promised, a wicked smile dancing on his lips. Before this day is over, I promise you we will be thoroughly shaped. Sitting Hawk suddenly closed her eyes tightly and began rocking back and forth, emitting a low, haunting moan that vibrated through the quiet afternoon air. What is Sitting Hawk doing in there? Jethro whispered loudly. She is getting help from the spirits, Shifty explained solemnly, raising a hand for silence. Well, she ought to lay off. Sounds like she has had enough, Granny muttered, completely unimpressed by the theatrical display. Oh no, Shifty corrected her swiftly. She is contacting the spirits of her ancestors who have gone to the happy hunting grounds, asking their advice. I hope they advise you to sell me the White House, Jed whispered softly. First thing I am going to do is take them cannons away. Yes, Granny agreed fiercely. Looking down the mouth of a cannon every day must be awful scary. Not to Sitting Hawk, Shifty declared proudly, gesturing toward the shaking woman. She is fearless. Even General Custer could not drive her from this spot. He tried, did he? Jed asked, amazed by the woman's resilience. Rode in here with his cavalry, yelling, shooting, waving their sabers. But she never budged. Spunky little woman, Granny nodded approvingly. Her bravery so impressed General Custer that he called her courageous adversary. Shifty wove another thread into his masterpiece of deception, a name which has stuck to this day. I would have called him a few names, Granny huffed, crossing her arms. Ah, Sitting Hawk got her revenge. Shifty leaned in close. She told her cousin Sitting Bull, you know what happened to Custer. Oh, yes, Jed nodded grimly, remembering the history lessons. Flo suddenly stopped rocking and reached beneath her heavy blankets, pulling out a large, crumpled piece of parchment paper adorned with fake wax seals and elegant, completely forged calligraphy. Waukegan, she grunted, tossing the paper onto the grass between them. What is that? Jethro asked, reaching out to touch it. It is the deed to the White House, Shifty announced, his voice trembling with barely suppressed greed. Oh, good. Sitting Hawk, Poughkeepsie, Paleface Wigwam, Sequoia, Manitoba, Flo chanted rapidly, pointing a stained finger at Jed. She has decided to sell the White House to the tall farmer, Shifty translated, his heart hammering in his chest. Oh, I am right, Tallahassee? Jed smiled, relieved that the negotiation was going so smoothly. Ask her how much she wants for it. Yucca lumpum, uno a leg, Flo grunted, holding up one finger dramatically. She and the spirits have arrived at the price of 1 million, Shifty said, trying to keep his voice steady. Tell her it is a deal, Jed agreed without a second thought. Caracas, Venezuela. Flo cheered softly, already imagining the tropical vacation. Write the check, Shifty urged, practically shoving a pen into Jed's hand. Oh, shall I make it out to Sitting Hawk? Jed asked, poising the pen over his checkbook once more. Yes, but include the name bestowed on her by General Custer, Shifty instructed carefully. That is courageous adversary Sitting Hawk, Jethro remembered proudly. I do not hardly have room for that, Jed observed, looking at the small line. Just use the initials, Shifty suggested, repeating his brilliant trick. That is the custom here in Washington. Courageous adversary Sitting Hawk. Jed carefully wrote the letters. Well, what do you know? Comes out just like the other check.
C-A-S-H.
Oh, what a coincidence, Shifty marveled softly, staring at the fresh piece of paper. Is not Sitting Hawk going to get the money? Granny asked, leaning forward suspiciously. Of course, Shifty nodded rapidly. But first I have to change it into beads for her. Here is the one key you get, grabbing the small piece of paper as if it were spun gold. I can have us packed in 5 minutes. Wait a minute. Where are we going? Mexico, Venezuela. You name it. Flo, Shifty said slowly, his voice dropping an octave as his greed deepened. There are 94 more where this came from. Now, do not get greedy, Flo warned, a hint of genuine fear creeping into her eyes. Let us take our million and play it safe. Baby, this is a chance of a lifetime, he argued, his eyes wide and wild. Think big. I am thinking big, she shot back, snatching her purse from the bed. We could get 20 years apiece. Max, Shifty pleaded, gripping her shoulders. I have got those hillbillies in the palm of my hand. They are grapes waiting to be picked. How? She asked, skeptical. Well, I got $1 million for smog. I will get $1 million for something else. How? She repeated, shaking her head. I will think of something. He paced the floor furiously, his devious mind working overtime. He suddenly stopped, a wicked grin splitting his face. I will sell them the White House. How? How? Flo asked, crossing her arms. You sound like an Indian. Shifty's eyes lit up with brilliant, dark inspiration. That is it. You are going to be an Indian. What? She gasped, recoiling. It is beautiful, he laughed, grabbing his coat. They will love it. You are the last of the Columbia Indian. Shifty rushed back to the Clampett's luxurious suite, bursting through the door with a look of profound, theatrical tragedy plastered across his face. He sank heavily into a velvet chair, burying his face in his hands. And that, dear friends, is why the president is embarrassed to invite you to the White House. He sighed heavily, finishing a completely fabricated tale. You mean he does not even own the house he lives in? Jed asked, his heart aching for the poor leader of the free world. Not so much as a stick of furniture belongs to him, Shifty confirmed sadly. That is terrible, Granny declared, shaking her head. No wonder he cannot ask us to stay. I would feel the same way in somebody else's house, Jed nodded with deep understanding. Who owns it? Shifty paused for dramatic effect, leaning forward and lowering his voice to a whisper. The White House stands on Indian ground. No, Jed gasped. Yes, this entire area was once occupied by the Columbia Indians. That is why, to this day, it is called the District of Columbia. Well, cannot the government buy it from the Indians? Jed asked logically. There is only one surviving member of the Columbia tribe, and she refuses to sell, Shifty explained, weaving his intricate web of lies. She? Ellie Mae asked, her soft heart instantly sympathetic to the lonely woman. Yes, the ancient and noble princess Sitting Hawk. What noble mean? Jethro asked, scratching his head. A proud and defiant woman, Shifty clarified, gesturing grandly. Not all the pale-faced pony soldiers can drive her from the land she feels is rightfully hers. Why will not she sell? Jed pressed, intrigued by this tragic, stubborn figure. Sitting Hawk does not trust politicians. She says they speak with forked tongue. Well, cannot the president get her to sell the White House to him? Jed wondered aloud. Every chief executive since Lincoln has tried, Shifty sighed, looking out the window as if gazing across the harsh, unforgiving plains of history. Lincoln, Granny asked, her eyes widening in astonishment. How old is she? Well, no one knows for sure, but at least 150. Shifty lied without a single hesitation. Indians do live a long time, Jed nodded respectfully. She would not even sell to Lincoln? Well, she likes certain things about him, Shifty added quickly, planting the final, brilliant seed of his elaborate scam. The fact that he was tall, a simple man, humble, honest. I would say that Lincoln and Teddy Roosevelt have come closest to impressing Princess. Sitting Hawk. She favored Teddy, did she? Jed asked, fascinated by the history lesson. Well, he was a rugged outdoor man. She admired that. She liked his mustache. She called him Chief Hair on the lip. Them two was the only ones that come close, huh? Jed observed quietly. Yes, if there only existed a man who combined the qualities of both. Shifty lamented loudly, looking directly at Jed. Tall, simple, humble, honest. A rugged outdoor man with a mustache. Jethro pointed a thick finger at his uncle. You are describing Jed. One who had never been involved in politics, Shifty continued, ignoring the boy to build the drama. That is Jed, Jethro repeated louder. Who? Shifty asked, feigning innocent surprise. Jed Clampett. He is sitting right here. Now, Granny. Jethro turned to the matriarch for support. By George, I think she has got it, Shifty whispered, leaning back in his chair in mock amazement. Shucks, no, Jed protested modestly, waving a hand. Did you hear that? Shifty pointed a dramatic finger at Jed. Suks, no, says everything. He is simple, he is humble, he is honest. He is tall, and he has got hair on the lip. He is our man. Forget it. Jed shook his head firmly, deeply uncomfortable with the praise. I cannot handle nothing as important as this. Mr. Clampett, when Andrew Jackson, Old Hickory, was asked to fight the Battle of New Orleans, do you know what he said? Shifty demanded passionately. Forget it. I cannot handle nothing as important as this. Jed blinked, taken aback by the historical weight thrust upon his shoulders. Is that a fact? But he won, and you will win. History has chosen you, and you cannot refuse. Do it, Jed, Granny urged, her eyes shining with fierce pride. Then we are sure to get an invite to the White House. Well, I am not going to do it just for that, Jed stated firmly, his moral compass unwavering. Then you will do it? Shifty asked, holding his breath. Well, at least the president's mind is made up. Least I can do is try. Spoken like a true patriot, Shifty cheered, leaping from his chair. I will take you to Princess Sitting Hawk and act as your interpreter. You talk Indian? Jethro asked in awe. I learned as a child. The tongue of the Columbia Indians was the second language in our home. How come? Jed asked politely. Well, many moons ago, my family befriended the tribe. When all other pale-faces were against them, the Indians knew they could always find refuge in the home of a shaper. It was nice of your folks to take them in, Jed nodded approvingly. Our name has become part of the Indian language, synonymous with hospitality. Shifty lied smoothly, his confidence soaring. To this very day, to be taken in is to be shapered. Look, Jed. Granny pointed out the window toward a patch of green grass near the grand monuments. I think I see her. Is that her, Honest John? Jed asked, squinting against the bright sunlight. Yep, there she sits in front of her lonely teepee, Shifty confirmed, pointing toward Flo, who was wrapped in heavy blankets and sitting cross-legged on the grass, her face smeared with bright red paint. The last of the noble Columbia Indians, the ancient and venerable Princess Sitting Hawk. Does she sit there all the time? Ellie Mae asked softly. Day and night, winter and summer, rain or shine, she keeps silent vigil over her home. You think they would let her stay in a White House? Granny huffed indignantly. Candy canes and bubble gum in your stocking. Beat it. Beat it? The guard asked, his patience wearing thin. Cavil. One word from me and you will be guarding a government igloo in Iceland. I am going to count to 3. If you are not gone. Never mind. Shifty spotted a yellow taxicab pulling up to the curb a short distance away. I think my pigeons have just flown in from the West Coast. The Clampett family spilled out of the cab, their eyes wide with wonder as they took in the majestic, imposing architecture of the city. Danny, big house the president has got, Jethro remarked, staring up at the gleaming white pillars. Nice big yard, too, Jed observed, nodding in approval. Lots of room for critters. Reckon he has got a garden and chickens? Likely, I would bet. Jed turned to the exasperated driver. Well, here is all our stuff. Here you are, Mr. Taxi Driver. Thank you. The driver took the generous tip, nodded, and sped away, leaving them standing on the wide sidewalk. Now, tell me, what time is the next public tour of the White House? Jed asked no one in particular. 3 o'clock. Yes. Remember that. I am going to ask questions later. Tell the president I will be there. Mr. Schaefer, a voice called out smoothly. Honest John. Jed turned to see Shifty Schaefer strolling casually toward them, his smile as bright and fake as fool's gold. Well, bless my soul, if it is not the Clampetts, Shifty gasped, pretending to be utterly shocked by their arrival. What brings you to Washington, of all places? We are here to see the president, Jed answered honestly, extending a firm hand. We want to talk to him about the smog problem. We are going to help him get rid of the stuff. What a coincidence, Shifty marveled, placing a hand over his heart. You just appointed me chairman of a very special committee for that purpose. I am ready to give him my money if I just knew how, Jed offered, eager to complete his mission. Another coincidence, Shifty smiled, his eyes gleaming with barely concealed greed. Just happens to be the function of my committee. Are you lying? Granny asked sharply, her old eyes narrowing in suspicion. I try to do my humble bit, Shifty replied modestly, dodging the direct question. Shall I make out the check to the president? Jed asked, reaching into his worn jacket for his well-used checkbook. As a matter of fact, the check should be made payable to my committee. What is that? Jed asked, poising his pen over the small slip of paper. Citizens Against Smog Horror, Shifty declared proudly. Jed frowned, looking at the small line on the check. That is quite a lot to write. Just use the initials, Shifty suggested helpfully. Fine. Citizens. Against. Smog. Horror. Jed muttered to himself as he wrote, entirely oblivious to the spell out of the word cash. Now, shall I make it for the whole 95 million? Shifty's breath hitched in his throat. He swallowed hard, forcing himself to remain calm. No, no. That might be a bit hard to handle. What do you mean? Jed asked, puzzled. Well, you see, other public-spirited citizens not as wealthy as you might be embarrassed and not contribute at all. Jed nodded slowly, understanding the logic of pure kindness. Oh, well, we do not want that to happen, I am glad you understand. Shifty breathed a quiet sigh of relief. Give him $5, Jed, Granny suggested practically. Lots of folks got that much. On the other hand, Shifty interrupted hastily, let us not go too far the other way. A little friendly embarrassment never hurt anybody. How about starting with $1 million? Excellent, Jed agreed happily. Just the right amount to get the ball rolling. That is 1, not, comma, not, not. Boy has got a great head for ciphers, has he not? Jed asked Shifty, watching Jethro track the numbers with a dirty finger. He is a real knothead, Shifty agreed softly, taking the slip of paper that represented a fortune. Well, there you are, Mr. Honest John. I hope that primes the pump. Beautiful, Shifty whispered, slipping the check into his breast pocket. The president will be delighted. Are you going to show it to him? Jed asked, looking back toward the imposing white gates. At our afternoon meeting. What time is that again, my good man? Jed asked, remembering his earlier question. 3 o'clock. That will be on time. I am a busy man, Shifty stated, puffing out his chest. You must know the president pretty well, Jed admired.
Pals, buddies, Shifty lied smoothly.
Well, why do you not take us to the meeting with you? Jed requested. We would like to say howdy to him. And he would like to say hi-dee to you, Shifty countered quickly, spinning a new web. Oh golly. However, the Secret Service requires security clearance. Jed frowned slightly. Will that take long? Do you happen to have birth certificates, color photographs, passports, and a complete set of fingerprints with you? Why, no, we have not, Jed admitted, patting his empty pockets. Well, I am afraid it will take a while, Shifty said, feigning deep sorrow. Meantime, I will put you up at a nice, comfortable hotel. He turned quickly, raising his arm to hail a passing car. Yes, taxi. A short time later, the family found themselves standing in the center of an opulent, velvet-draped hotel suite. The windows stretched from the floor to the high ceiling, offering a breathtaking view of the monuments that dotted the city skyline. These are dainty fine accommodations, Mr. Honest John, Jed said, taking off his hat and looking around in awe. Well, thank you, Mr. Clampett. Here, let me show you something. Here you have a magnificent view over the entire city of Washington. Shifty gestured broadly toward the glass. Well, is not that pretty? Jed asked, turning to his mother-in-law. Granny, believe me, Mr. Honest John is fixing us up real nice here, eh? Granny huffed, crossing her arms stubbornly over her chest. Well, it is all right, but it is not like staying at the White House. Sure is not, Jethro agreed, rubbing his stomach again. They got a kitchen over there where a fellow can get a snack when he is hungry. Are we not going to get to stay at the White House at all? Ellie Mae asked, her soft voice filled with disappointment. Ellie Mae, do not pay no attention to him, Granny scolded gently. She turned her sharp gaze on Shifty. Mr. Honest John, he is acting awful pushy. Not at all, Shifty smiled, raising his hands in mock surrender. As soon as I have straightened out the matter of security clearance, I am sure the president and his wife will issue you a formal invitation. Oh boy, Jethro cheered, bouncing on his toes. Well, you tell them that they are not taking in a family of freeloaders, Jed said, his pride shining through. We will pitch in and help with the housework and the chores. I will make that matter crystal clear to him, Shifty promised solemnly. We are glad of life to you, Jed smiled warmly. Glad to do it. See you later, friends. Shifty called over his shoulder, practically skipping out the heavy oak door. He rushed back to the dimly lit hotel room where his partner waited, bursting through the door with a wild, triumphant laugh. Shifty, baby, Flo cried out, jumping up from her chair. How did it go? Like $1,000,000, he declared, pulling the crisp check from his breast pocket and waving it in the air. And here it is, $1,000,000. Beautiful. Flo gasped. Kidding, she gasped. Mr. Drysdale ripped a blank check from his book and signed it with a trembling hand. Here is a signed check. He can make it out for any amount he likes. I will get up to the Clampetts and delay them until he calls. He sprinted out of the office, his legs pumping with a speed he had not possessed since his youth. He threw himself into his luxury car and sped through the winding roads of Beverly Hills, tires squealing around every corner. He threw open the heavy oak doors of the mansion, panting heavily. I made it. They are still here. But the massive house was entirely silent. The grand living room was empty, save for Elmer the raccoon, who was busy dusting a small table in the corner. Clarence, Mr. Drysdale called out frantically, his voice echoing off the high ceilings. Granny, Ellie Mae, Jethro, there is everybody. He wandered into the kitchen, his heart sinking further with every empty room. Sitting squarely on the massive wooden dining table was a simple note, weighed down by a small jar of pickled pawpaws. Oh, hello, Bessie, he muttered, reading the messy, earnest handwriting. Dear Mr. Drysdale, please feed the critters till we get back. High above the clouds, inside the luxurious cabin of a commercial airliner, the Clampett family sat together, surrounded by the quiet hum of jet engines. A polite flight attendant walked down the aisle, offering a warm smile to the unusual group. Enjoying your flight? She asked pleasantly. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Jed replied, politely removing his hat. We are going to Washington to see the president. We are going to give him $95 million, Jethro chimed in loudly, earning a few curious stares from the other passengers. Oh boy! The flight attendant smiled indulgently. You know the president? Talked to him this morning, Jed confirmed honestly. I am fetching him a baby possum. And I am taking him a jar of pickled pawpaws and some hand-slung chitlins, Granny added proudly, patting a large, mysterious bundle on her lap. We were going in my electric car, Jethro explained, leaning over the aisle, but I could not find a 3,000-mile extension cord. That is very interesting, the attendant said smoothly, expertly maintaining her professional composure. She turned to Ellie Mae, who was staring out the small window with wide, fascinated eyes. Young lady, how high would you say we are flying? Ellie Mae thought for a moment, her brow furrowed in deep concentration. A lot higher than the plane. The flight attendant nodded slowly, deciding it was best to simply move on. Several hours later, the intercom crackled to life. I have got the wind, everybody. We are flying over a right pretty town. That there is Washington. Jed pressed his face against the small, thick window. Anybody see the White House? Appears to be lots of white houses down there. Would you fasten your seatbelts, please? The flight attendant asked, walking briskly down the aisle. Yes, ma'am. We will be landing in a few minutes. Jethro looked up, a look of profound disappointment crossing his face. Are you going to feed us again before we land? I am afraid there is not time, she answered gently. You have already had 4 meals and 3 snacks. Why, it makes me hungry, Jethro complained, rubbing his substantial stomach. But we are landing now, she reminded him. Landing makes me hungry, too, Jethro insisted. We go straight to the White House, Pa? Ellie Mae asked, clutching her belongings tightly. I think so, Ellie, Jed nodded, a sense of quiet duty settling over his broad shoulders. The quicker we give our money to the president, the quicker he can commence fighting smog. Sure, I will wheeze him down for supper, Jethro declared. I am starving. Jed. Granny leaned over, her voice a harsh whisper. If that boy takes his meals at the White House, the president's wife will never get out of the kitchen. I can help with the cooking, Ellie Mae offered brightly. No, Ellie, I will do that, Granny decided, her tone brokering no argument. You make the beds and do the dusting. And Jethro, you can mow the White House lawn and rake the leaves, Jed added, distributing the chores fairly. Let Ellie do that, Jethro whined, puffing his chest out again. The president needs me for my brain. Oh, pooh. I will likely be in the East Room or someplace sitting on his cabinet. You keep your feet off the president's furniture, Granny scolded sharply, smacking him lightly on the arm. The plane touched down with a smooth, heavy bump, and the Clampett family stepped out into the bustling heart of the nation's capital. Unbeknownst to the innocent, generous family from the hills, they had already caught the attention of some very unsavory characters. In a dim, smoke-filled hotel room not far from the airport, a smooth-talking confidence man named Shifty Schaefer paced the floor, chewing on a thick cigar. His partner, a sharp-eyed woman named Flo, sat on the edge of a velvet chair, applying a thick layer of bright red lipstick. Shifty, what if they do not show up? Flo asked, her voice laced with nervous anxiety. They will be here any minute, Shifty assured her, a wicked, greedy smile playing on his lips. I checked their flight. How are you going to get past the guard? She pressed, knowing the heavy security that surrounded the nation's landmarks. I will handle it, Shifty replied confidently. It is important for the Clampetts to see me coming out of the White House. Okay, good luck. Honey, yes, yes. Shifty left the gloomy hotel room, adjusting his finely tailored suit. He marched right up to the heavy iron gates of the White House, projecting an aura of absolute importance. He flashed a fake leather wallet toward the stoic, heavily armed security guard. Jaffa, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Hold it, Shifty snapped, moving to walk past the man. What is it? The guard asked firmly, stepping directly into his path. The president is waiting, Shifty declared, checking his gold pocket watch impatiently. I need to see your identification, the guard stated, his voice devoid of all emotion. You do not recognize me? Shifty acted insulted, puffing up his chest. No. Good, Shifty replied quickly, pivoting his strategy without missing a beat. I told you, Edgar, this was a perfect disguise. See you later. Hold it. The guard remained entirely unamused. Look, you are delaying high-level meetings, Shifty hissed, leaning in close. Now, what do you want? I want to see your pass. My pass? Of course, my pass. But, how do you know? I must have left it on the president's desk. I will go get it. Shifty made another move to slip past the sturdy iron gates. Hold it. The guard grabbed his arm firmly. Now what is it? I cannot let you in without a pass. Is that your final word? Shifty asked, narrowing his eyes. It is. Shifty's entire demeanor changed in an instant. A wide, bright smile spread across his face, and he vigorously shook the guard's hand. Excellent. You have passed the test with flying colors. Congratulations. Now let me see. Now, you are guard number 16. Escape gets an A1 rating. The president will be pleased. Now, do not be surprised if there is a little something extra in your stocking at Christmas. He turned to walk away, confident he had salvaged his dignity. Hold it. The guard commanded one last time. Now, look, you have proven your efficiency, my good man, Shifty warned, pretending to be annoyed by the man's perfection. Do not press your luck. I may drop you to a B+. Just can't